It's time to show them.
Yeah.
You have now mastered the basic skills. It's time for your first challenge.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Happy Sunday to everybody out there. Hold on 1 second. Good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday out there. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Let me get caught up here. All right. We should be good. We should be good. Make sure the sound is good. All right. Yeah, we good. We good. Let me get this out my ear so we ain't got no echo. Shout out to everybody out there coming in early. Appreciate everybody who had opportunity to hit that like button on their way in. Shout out to 40 to Splatter in the building. You said, go Colts. Y'all overseas? Yeah, y'all got that game starting here in just about 24 minutes or so. 9:30 kickoff over there in Berlin for the Falcons and the Colts. Colts showing favored by 6.5 points in that game right now. So we'll definitely get into that one here early on. Got 40 to Splatter, the honorary Colts member, Colts fan in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you coming through. Shout out to everybody coming through, hitting that like button. The link is pinned if anybody wants to join the conversation. It's open conversation here. Of course, we talk all things football, mainly NFL football, but if anybody wants to talk anything college football, we can definitely get into that as well. It's all welcome conversation here. We're going to start off like we normally do and show the upcoming games. I mean, because that's what's important, right? It's a football Sunday, and the games that are upcoming this week is kind of what's the big deal of the day. So let's, without further ado, not waste your time and get right into it. Let me do one more thing. They changing up stuff here, so I gotta see how it looks. They didn't got different options. No, I don't want it like that. Let's do it like that. Put it over to the side. So you can increase the size of the chat and stuff like that. So let's do it like that. Hopefully everybody can read that, but it doesn't get too much in the way of what we got going on here. Lovelace. Lovelace in the building. Good morning to you. Your Cowboys are on bye this week, so you don't have anything to worry about. Driving and listening, make sure you drive safely out there. Please be careful. Be careful while you're driving. Yeah, your Cowboys, they have a bye this week, so no worries of a win or a loss for y'all. But let's talk about the actual games this week. Like 40 the Splatter got right into saying 9:30 kickoff here in about 20 minutes or so. Falcons and Colts over in Berlin. You said, we better be glad that y'all have a bye week? I think y'all better be glad that y'all have a bye week. You can still hear me. Yeah, I think y'all better be glad that y'all have a bye week for sure. Y'all really need it. And we're going to talk a little bit later about some of the trades and stuff that happened. Cowboys were big players in the trade game this season, so right there at the deadline. So we'll get into that here in a little bit. But let's go over the slate of games. Like I said, Falcons, Colts. That's the first game this morning, kicking off over in Berlin. Should be a pretty good game if, players are healthy. Let's look at some of the injuries in that game because we know Penix has been kind of in and out of the lineup. I'm not sure if Bijan has anything going on injury-wise right now. Penix looks to be good to go. You got Daniel Jones, of course, going with the Colts. No injuries listed for Penix, it looks like, so he should be a full go this week. So it should be a pretty competitive game. Trying to see if there's any big name players. Leonard Floyd is injured. He's inactive at defensive end for the Falcons. And then looking over on the Colts side of the ball, let's see here. Not seeing. You got a coach's decision inactive on Will Mallory, the tight end. And 40 the Splatter could probably tell us a little bit better. DeForest Buckner, I did see that he's on IR with a neck injury at defensive tackle. Travarius Ward's still on IR with a concussion. So there's some injuries on the defensive side of the ball for sure for the Colts that if Penix is able to take advantage of, it may even make it that much more competitive for them. Right now, Colts are favored by 6.5. Of course, Colts have a really good record. They've been playing very well. Flipping over just really quickly, looking at the standings. You see the Colts with that 7-2 record. They're basically sitting at the top of the NFL right now as far as records are concerned. So Colts are looking really good. But again, this is a good matchup for them this week. And while it is listed as a home game for the Colts, it's over in Berlin. So going to be a little bit different of a situation. I don't know who. It's one of those situations when they only get a few games over there each season. You have fans of every team in the building. It's not like the Jaguars going over there to England where they've kind of gotten them a little home base in a different location. This situation here, you're going to have fans of every different team in the building. And so I don't know if they're going to be more pulling for the Falcons or the Colts. They probably just going to be rooting for a good game. And hopefully they get one with these two teams matching up against one another. That game will be kicking off here just under 20 minutes. Let me see what network that's on, actually. Is it one of those damn Amazon games? Okay, it's on NFL Network. So I will get that pulled up so I can keep you updated once that game kicks off. But moving on, looking at the 1 o'clock slate of games, Ravens trying to climb back into the playoff hunt. They kind of took a big fall whenever Lamar got hurt. I mean, they weren't playing good really when Lamar was there, and then he got hurt and they didn't do much of anything. So they're looking to get back into playoff contention, and really the odds makers have them projected to make the playoffs. I think they have them projected to win their division because Steelers are leading that division right now. So Ravens, big game against the Vikings. On the road, obviously, for the Ravens, so that is not in their favor. They are favored by 4.5 based on the odds makers. Not a lot of faith in J.J. McCarthy here as late. 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a 73 quarterback rating. Lamar's been out for a good bit, and he has 14 touchdowns and 1 interception with a 136.7 quarterback rating. Injuries, of course, Carson Wentz injured for the Vikings. Justin Jefferson is playing. Aaron Jones is questionable with a shoulder AC joint. Shoulder on a running back ain't good. So Ravens looking to get back into that form of what we expected of them, coming into the season as opposed to what their record shows. So they're 3-5 right now. They're sitting at second in the AFC North. Of course, the Packers are playing above expectations, if you ask me. You see the Packers sitting at 5-3, Ravens 3-5. I think the Packers are going to come back down to earth, essentially. And I think the Ravens will end up winning that division. Joe Burrow, I'm not sure when he's expected to come back for the Bengals, but the Bengals may even have an opportunity to get ahead of the Steelers. I don't think 2 teams that make the playoffs out of that division, but I think the Ravens will probably end up coming away with that one. Moving on, Patriots and Bucs, another big game. I actually talked about this in the description. You got Drake Maye playing really good this season with the Patriots, going to Tampa Bay. You see Tampa Bay is only favored by 2.5 at home. Baker has been playing MVP level for a good part of the season. Not every game's going to be the greatest, but you got 7-2 versus 6-2. Tampa just had their bye here, I think, last week. Drake Maye, 17 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a 116.9 quarterback rating. Baker Mayfield, 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a 98.1 quarterback rating. So right now, Drake Maye statistically is playing better than Baker. He has 4 more touchdowns, 2 more interceptions, but he has a better quarterback rating, more yards, more completions, less attempts. So Drake Maye is actually outplaying Baker statistically. And their record, they've played one more game, but they did get the win in that additional game that they've played. Now they go up against each other. So they're either going to come out of this both 7-3. No. The Bucs would be 7-2 and the Patriots would be 7-3, or Patriots are going to 8-2 and the Bucs are going to 6-3. One of the two is going to happen unless they tie. Of course, on the Bucs side of the ball, lots of big injuries. Mike Evans out, Chris Godwin out, Bucky Irvin out. That's their big names, but those are the big key pieces. You got your running back and your 2 big wide receivers are out. So Baker's going to have to make miracles with whatever he has left out there, right? On the Patriots side of the ball, you got Ramondre Stevenson out, but he's been a fumble machine anyways. Antonio Gibson is on IR, though. So that's the issue, that they kind of got thin at running back. That's their really only issue, though. So Drake Maye, as long as he can continue to play like he plays, depending on what that Tampa Bay defense is going to do, New England may actually come out of this with the win. Like I said, Tampa is only favored by 2.5 at home. You typically get at least 3 at home, but I guess they have a lot of questions about the Tampa offense and the defense being able to put the pressure on Drake Maye that will be able to stop him. So we're going to have to see on that game. That's going to really be a wait and see. Got to see how the teams come out. If anybody, jumps up big or anything. Now, we know that no matter how far behind the Bucs are, you can't really count out Baker unless, he's just playing like trash. But, he typically has those comebacks in games, so you can't really count them out. Only a 2.5-point line. Let's see where this goes, right? Jacksonville at Houston. Houston's only favored by 1.5 at home. Neither one of these teams are playing extremely well, in my opinion. Jacksonville is 5-3. They're behind the Colts in their division, but they're still sitting in position to win a wild card. Houston is 3-5. They're in the same division, so it is a divisional matchup. Jacksonville just made a trade and picked up a key piece. We'll get into that here in a little bit. But you got Trevor Lawrence. He's on one of my fantasy teams. He's not very... He has a 79.9 quarterback rating, 9 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. So he's not being very good this year. And Davis Mills, because CJ Stroud got hurt. So Davis Mills, I kind of remember his name, but I don't really remember much about him. Where did he play? Stanford. Yeah, so you're not going to know much about a Stanford quarterback. He's probably smart, but how athletic he is, we'll see. Travis Hunter is on IR with the Jaguars. Brian Thomas is out at wide receiver. So they have some pretty big injuries, but they should statistically be able to beat the Houston Texans at home. So, I mean, it's in Houston, but they still should be able to beat them. If Trevor Lawrence can't beat Davis Mills, then they got really big questions in Jacksonville. Cleveland and the Jets. Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're not wasting our time talking about them. If you got a player on either one of those teams, I feel sorry for you. I actually have the running back for the Jets. I wish they would have traded him, but they didn't. Like Breece Hall. So, I mean, but you got Dylan Gabriel and Justin Fields. Neither one of these guys are playing really well. I don't know why Cleveland refuses to try Shedeur out, especially we're past the trade deadline. They didn't trade him. I don't know why they refused to try him, but 2-6 versus 1-7. Both of them, the bottom of their divisions. We're not wasting our time. Saints and Panthers. Panthers favored by 5.5. Panthers have actually been playing surprisingly well. They're 5-4. Saints are 1-8. They've, punted on the season. Panthers... I don't know how they want beginning of the season. They was all winning at home and losing on the road. They got some road wins in there. They should win this game. It's at home. The Saints, again, have punted on the season. You got Alvin Kamara questionable. Tyler Show is their quarterback. I've never even heard of him before. I at least heard of Davis Mills. Tyler Show out of Louisville. He's 2025 second round draft pick. So he's a rookie from Louisville that not expected to be the next Saints quarterback of the future, I can expect, So Panthers should have they should win that game. They should cover that line. If they don't, then they got more questions. I mean, nobody's expecting the Panthers to really make a noise in the playoffs or anything like that, but... All right, so the Berlin Wall apparently fell 36 years ago today, 1989, November 9th. I remember the Berlin Wall coming down. As a kid, I remember all of that. I would have been, 89, I would have been 10, 11, Yeah, I would have been 10. So I remember that, watching it on TV. So they're having a game over there in Berlin. I don't know if it's specifically in honor of that, but, it just happens to be on this date for sure. All right, moving on in the games. You got the Giants at the Bears. Bears favored by 4.5 at home. Giants are 2-7. A lot of talk about the Giants and Jackson Dart and all of that. Now, I know his biggest key piece, Cam Scatterbo, the running back, got injured. He's on IR. Malik Neighbors also on IR, so you don't have very many pieces. But they've had a lot of talk about them. The Bears are 5-3, kind of quietly 5-3. I didn't realize the Bears were 5-3. Caleb Williams, 93.5 quarterback rating. See, Jackson Dart is 93.9. They got almost some equal stats. Jackson Dart, 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Caleb Williams, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Caleb Williams has a lot more yards by about 800 almost, but other than that, their statistics are pretty similar. Caleb Williams has better weapons, I believe, and DeAndre Swift, Rome Odunze. Rome didn't really get any targets last week. They need to work that out. I mean, didn't get any catches. He only had like 3 targets. They need to work on that because he's on one of my teams as well. But the Bears should win this game. They're at home. Giants don't have very many weapons. I mean, my beat up 49ers, played the Giants the way they did. So the Bears should be able to win this game and cover the 4.5, I would expect. Bills and Dolphins. Dolphins, another team that's basically punted on the season between injuries and just not having it together. Tua just hasn't been good. 15 touchdowns, 11 interceptions out of Tua. Against Josh Allen, 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Devon Achane, isn't he hurt? Or is he? I thought I saw something about Achane. Hold on. No, I guess not. No, that's right. They were saying that Achane, they thought that he might have gotten traded, but he didn't. That's what it was. He was in kind of some of the trade headlines, but nothing happened there. Bills are favored by, where is it? 8.5 on the road. That's a big number, but the Bills should really run away with this game kind of early. This game is one that might get out of hand kind of early. Doesn't look like there's really any chances of rain. 79 degrees down there in Miami. So this one can get out of hand by the Bills early, and it could be one where Josh Allen is sitting, in the fourth quarter because they've already just run away with this game while risking the injury, So 8.5. I don't know if I would bet that one, but I think they could probably cover that line pretty easily against the Bills. Thaddeus in the building. Salute to you, bro. Good morning. So Cardinals and Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 7.5. Seahawks were making some moves at the trade deadline. They're looking to try to win the division and go to the playoffs. Not saying they're going to win the division because this is a very competitive division. As you'll see, this game here, Cardinals and Seahawks, and the next game we're going to talk about, those are the 4 division teams playing against each other this week. And here in a second, I'll show you in the standings that right now the 49ers sit at 3rd in the division, but there's a reason for that. And they're really 1st in the division because they're 3-0 in the division. They've beaten all of the teams in the division one time already. They're playing the Rams for the 2nd time now. As you see, they already beat the Rams at their home in LA. So Cardinals and Seahawks, again, Seahawks favored by 7.5. Cardinals is another team that I feel like has probably punted on the season. I can't say that for sure. Uncle L in the building. Power is Knowledge TV. Salute. Ears to the street. Salute. Who I got in the Panthers and Saints game? I got the Panthers. Yeah, I got the Panthers. Saints have punted on the season. Panthers have been playing well at home. I don't like the 5.5 point line. Panthers should cover that easily, but I don't like it just because I don't have that much faith in the Panthers. But again, it's the Saints, so they should be able to cover that pretty easily at home. If they don't, they got more questions than, I thought they did, right? And the link is pinned for anybody that wants to hit the link and discuss any of this. This doesn't have to be a monologue. I'm just discussing the games right now that are upcoming this week. We'll get into some of the fantasy talk. We can get into some of the sports betting talk. I want to definitely get into some of the trade news, the stuff that happened at the trade deadline. But yeah, anybody's welcome to hit the link and talk about any of the stuff or change the subject to talk about something else, football related. Looking at the Cardinals, you got Jacoby Brissett, who's actually starting to create some news out there in Arizona because I think the Cardinals are probably ready to move on from Kyler Murray, and Jacoby Brissett is outplaying Kyler Murray. 6 touchdowns, 1 interception, a 102.5 quarterback rating for Jacoby Brissett. Sam Darnold's playing pretty good with the Seahawks, 16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 116 quarterback rating. I don't know the Cardinals running back Zonovan Knight, but he has, I guess he's only gotten 38 carries, 2 touchdowns. You got Kenneth Walker for the Seahawks. He has 3 touchdowns on the season. Jackson Smith and Jigba, big receiver for the Seahawks, got 4 touchdowns, 948 yards, only has 1 drop. You got Trey McBride for the Cardinals, 476 yards, 5 touchdowns. Of course, Kyler Murray on IR with his foot injury. A lot of injuries on the Cardinals, but nobody worth really mentioning in terms of being the position player that you might have on your fantasy team. And for the Seahawks, I mean, of course, they got Cooper Kupp, who is questionable, but he hasn't really been producing a lot this season anyways. Yeah, everybody else looks to be pretty all right. So Seahawks, favored by 7.5 at home. I don't like 7.5, but again, the Seahawks should definitely win that game. They're fighting to try to, make some noise and show that they are a real playoff contention team. So 7.5, you can lay that one if you want to, right? 49ers at home against the Rams. They got the Rams favored in San Francisco by 5.5. Now, I'm sure a lot of that is based off of 49ers injuries because they're just a mash unit at this point. So Matthew Stafford versus Mac Jones. Mac Jones has been playing good for the 49ers, but Matthew Stafford's been playing, almost MVP level. I mean, 21 touchdowns and 2 interceptions in 10 games. That's pretty damn good. 113.2 quarterback rating, and then Mac Jones has 10 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and 93.6 quarterback rating. Of course, Mac Jones hasn't played all of the games. Kyron Williams, running back for the Rams, 3 touchdowns, 2 fumbles. Christian McCaffrey, 4 touchdowns and 0 fumbles. They have almost equal yards. Christian McCaffrey has 10 more yards than Kyron Williams as far as rushing. And then your top receivers, Puka for the Rams has 711 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's averaging a little over 11 yards per reception. And then George Kittle is showing as top receiver for the Niners with 2 touchdowns, averaging a little over 8 yards per reception. Brock Purdy's still going to be out this game, so will be Mac Jones going. But 49ers, I mean, same injuries. Everybody basically on both sides of the ball. Bosa, Warner, Purdy, Ayuk, Pearsall. Everybody's, out. And then on the Rams side of the ball, Tutu Atwell is on IR. They got a couple other people on IR, but they got 4 people on their entire injury report for the Rams. So they're pretty healthy. They're playing really well. That TS, I be noticing that too. I've had to go to Pennsylvania every once in a while, and I get there and I'm like, damn, I forgot I should have placed my bets when I was at home in North Carolina before I got up there to Pennsylvania. It's crazy when you be forgetting about it because it's like, hell, I'm from here. I don't even think about it, but it's where your phone actually is at the time, whatever cell phone tower you're hitting, that's how they be getting you. Like, damn. That's Rams 49ers. We got one more game during the day. Lions and Commanders. Lions favored by 7.5 at the Commanders. Of course, Jaden Daniels is out. So it's Marcus Mariota, who has 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions on the year. Jared Goff, 17 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Jaden Daniels is out with his elbow injury. Luke McCaffrey is on IR at wide receiver with a collarbone. Austin Eckler's been on IR with his Achilles. He ain't coming back this year. They expect Jaden Daniels to probably come back, but, who knows when that's going to be. And by that point, they're probably going to be out of the playoff hunt. So is it going to be worth it for them to really come back? It's week 10. And they're not right there in the mix of things. They would have been, but they're not. So is it going to be worth it for them to bring him back this season or just punt on the season, go to next year, right? Sunday Night Football, Steelers at the Chargers. Chargers at home are favored only by 2.5. Kind of interesting to me that it's that close of a line, but hey, whatever, right? So let's see here. Is there some key injuries that I don't know about? Aaron Rodgers versus Justin Herbert. They just putting more faith in Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers than I think they should. Aaron Rodgers, 17 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 103.1 quarterback rating. Justin Herbert, 18 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 97.3 quarterback rating. I'm trying to see if there's any key injuries here. anything new, essentially. I'm not seeing anything really new. Joe Alt, their tackle for the Chargers, he is on IR. So and Rashawn Slater as well. So I mean, they're probably thin on the line. That's probably a big part of their problem for the Chargers, is that they're thin on the line. Roy Lee, salute to you. That's probably what's going on there. You're going to bet the Panthers winning and the Saints covering the spread. So you think the Saints are going to cover that 5.5? Interesting. I don't know. I mean, the Saints, they pretty much punted on the season, I feel. I mean, they, made some trades to move some pieces that, obviously weren't going to help them win this season because they didn't have the team around them, right? So the Panthers, I mean, at home, they should cover that 5.5, I would think. But, I mean, you just never know. Panthers, I definitely don't have a ton of faith in the Panthers. I'm surprised that they have the record that they have, truth be told. Monday Night Football. It should be a good one. Eagles at the Packers. Packers favored at home by 1.5. Eagles obviously playing back at that Super Bowl championship level. And we are going to talk right after this. We're going to look at some of these trades because a lot of trades happen over the trade deadline or right up leading to the trade deadline. And the Eagles made a bunch of trades that I don't think people knew about. Why? Because they made them days before the trade deadline. And they weren't like these huge splash players like a Sauce Gardner going to the Colts. They're showing him right now and sitting over on the sideline. I am interested to see what happens there. And shout out to 40 to Splattered again. That's a big pickup by y'all, man. The Colts already #1 team in the league based on overall record, and they were able to get Sauce Gardner. That's huge. I mean, he shuts down an entire side of the field typically. He's that type of corner. So, the rich get richer type of deal. That's the way it happens in the NFL at the trade deadline. Full on tank, just not for Arch Manning no more. Yeah, they better not be going for Arch Manning. If they are, they're going to be damn sad. Because he is looking like boo-boo. I don't know who would be going for Arch Manning, tanking for Arch Manning. The Browns, maybe. They do stupid stuff like that. But other than that, I don't know who would be tanking for Arch Manning. But Eagles, Packers, let me look real quick, see if there's anything big on the injury report. Jalen Hurts, 15 touchdowns, 1 interception, 114.4 quarterback rating. Jordan Love, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 107.9 quarterback rating. Saquon Barkley, only 4 touchdowns this year. He's starting to ramp up a little bit. Josh Jacobs, 10 touchdowns on the season. A.J. Brown has 3 touchdowns, averaging 13.62 yards per reception. I thought he might get traded, but he didn't. Romeo Doubs, 4 touchdowns, averaging 12.97 yards per reception. Eagles, excuse me, Cam Jurgensen on the O-line is out with the knee. Nolan Smith is on IR at linebacker with the tricep. Quez Watkins is questionable wide receiver for an undisclosed reason. Packer side. Tucker Kraft, tight end, is on the IR. I got your ears. You don't have to stay cammed up unless you want to. Shout out to the homie ears in the building. Can you hear? Oh, I don't know if you can hear or not.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Well, I can't hear nothing. You know what? It might be on my Bluetooth.
All right, we got ears coming in the building to discuss what's going on. But yeah, so Eagles.
Yo,
like I said, can you hear me? Can you hear me, bro?
hey, I'm about to come back up on my computer. I don't know why I can't hear you on my phone.
Okay. All right, we got ears. He'll be coming back up here in a minute.
Bird that's coming in the backstage.
Okay.
Damn.
It says you need to connect your mic or cam before I can add you to the stream on the other one. All right. We're going to get it worked out, y'all. But,
We'll be right back.
Okay. We're going to get it worked out. So, yeah, Eagles, Packers. Like I said, Packers are, oh, crap. What the? Okay, they got lucky there. I don't know what in the world just happened there. So the game has kicked off over there in Berlin. Okay, that was a regular play. Okay, so the Colts have the ball off. They're on offense, and I don't know. Okay, so it was a little play to Jonathan Taylor, and then he fumbled it right there at the end. But a lineman came behind and recovered the ball. But they got a first down, nice run, all that good stuff. Okay. So, it was just looking weird. It caught me off guard, y'all. I'm sorry. All right, so I don't know really in that Eagles-Packers game. Like I said, Packers are favorite because they're at home more than likely. Both teams have been playing pretty good. That's not a game I really want to touch in terms of trying to pick who is going to win it. Myself, it could go either way because both teams have the capability of playing really well. We've seen them actually both play okay and not so well at different times. So I don't think I'm going to touch that game there specifically. Really quickly, let's go over the standings so we know where everything is. All right, starting at the top of the AFC East, you got the Patriots 7-2. The Bills, of course, charging on. The Bills are the ones that most people expected to win that division, and they still might. But Drake Maye and the Patriots are playing really well. Ears thing is saying that you need to connect your mic/camera before I can add you to the stream. There you go.
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
What's going on, bro?
Okay, I just making sure. Hey, I got a quick little video dedicated to the Cowboys. You want to share? It's only a quick second.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you can share it.
All right, hold on, y'all. We going quick little detour. Let's see what Ear's talking about here.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw this. I saw this. I saw this.
I wanted to let Lovelace know where the Cowboys at this week.
Yeah. I meant to clip this out and have it ready to go. I'm glad you showed me this, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted to let her know where they was when they bought it.
Yeah. I appreciate that, man. Because I sure was supposed to show that myself. I saw that earlier in the week and I meant to clip it out. I saved it, but I never went back and actually clipped it out to show it. Shout out to Lovelace and all them Cowboys fans that got a good sense of humor because y'all were boo-boo last week.
I'm talking about.
Trash. Trash don't even describe it.
How y'all lose to the sorry team in the league besides y'all?
Right. Yeah, Cowboys. I don't know how y'all explain that one. I'm glad that Ears brought that up because I forgot about it. I sure enough saw it earlier this week and I forgot about it. So I'm glad he brought that up. Man. All right, let's get into these standings. Like I said, Patriots, they're right now leading the AFC East. They got the Bills coming on strong, obviously. Most people thought the Bills were going to win that division. Dolphins and Jets have both punted on the season, so it's a two-team race there, but Drake Maye and the Patriots are looking good. I can't say that the Bills are going to jump them. I would expect that the Bills would. I think they probably got to play against each other again. Let me look at their schedule real quick and see if they play. I'm sure they play again because they're in the same division, obviously, most of the time.
Didn't they lose? Didn't Patriots beat them the first time?
Let's see. Let me look at the Bills.
I predicted the Patriots is going to take that division.
Let's see here. So the Bills schedule, so the Bills lost to the Patriots, and that was in Buffalo. And then they play again. They play at New England it's December 14th. Week 15. All right, yeah, so they play again week 15 at New England. So, yeah, they got some work to do. I can't say that the Bills are going to win that division right now with the Patriots in the lead. Patriots got a big game this week. That may change things. Ears against your Bucs. What's going to happen?
I mean, they coming down here to Florida, man. We're going to have to do what we got to do. I mean, we are kind of banged up though on the offense, but they ain't really been the excuse anyway. We done had it last week also. We should have a Buka and with Ted Johnson and stuff. The Patriots have a fairly decent defense.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be interesting. I think it's just going to be a low-scoring running game, couple field goals. Nothing too major.
Okay.
I do think we'll pull it out. It could swing either way, but I think we'll pull it out with like a field goal or something like that. I think it'll be low-scoring though.
Okay, right now the line I'm showing is Bucs are their favorite at home by only 2.5, so they're not getting the full 3-point home favorite. So hey, I don't know. I might have to take that Patriots plus 2.5 for there. I might have to take that Patriots plus 2.5. Let me see what it's showing on DraftKings right now. Let me.
Yeah, I'm a Bucs fan from Georgia, and Wood. Hey, I'm from the borderline of Georgia and Florida, so a lot of people from Brunswick, Florida fans. I mean, a lot of people Georgia fans, of course, and Falcons fans. But I got it's fun because we in the same division, and my uncle he used to be a big old Falcon fan, especially when they used to play Michael Vick. Oh man. But I became a Buccaneers fan like in '93. Because I always was a Florida State fan back in the days when they had like Peter Warwick and all them boys like that. And then when they had Ward Dunn, Peter Warwick, Derrick Brooks, all them boys. And when they went to the NFL, I noticed that Tampa Bay had took them. So I became a fan of Tampa Bay back in '93. And Tampa Bay was sorry as hell back then, you know what I mean?
Right.
It wasn't nothing to be a fan of.
Right.
And I stuck with them all them years. They was trash as motherfucker. Everybody used to think I was crazy until we finally won that first Super Bowl.
All right, yeah. So DraftKings has it 2.5 as well. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger. All right, yeah. DraftKings has Bucs favorite by 2.5.
Hard Rock do too.
Over under 48.5 points. So ears are saying low scoring, so you might hit the under on that 48.5. But yeah, you can get plus 120 on the Patriots winning outright. So I might have to jump on that. We'll see. Let's talk about it a little more. Like I said, Dolphins and Jets, I think they've punted on the season. We're not going to spend really much time talking about them anymore. The Jets, we'll talk about them a little bit in some of this trade talk because they traded some big pieces. Sauce Gardner, obviously. We talked about him on the Colts right now. 0-0 in that game right now. Falcons have the ball approaching midfield. But yeah, so Jets, they traded away their key pieces. Dolphins, they really ain't got much going on. AFC North, Steelers right now 5-3. I still don't believe in them. Baltimore Ravens coming on strong now that they got Lamar back. They're playing pretty good. They're 3-5. Bengals still without Joe Burrow, but Flacco playing pretty good. They're at 3-6. And then the Browns, they're the Browns. There's really not much needs to be said about the Browns. They won't even play Shadur Sanders, and they got him on the damn roster. Okay, I don't know. In this game, it looks like it was a strip fumble on Penix.
Well, they just did that boy wrong, boy. I don't know if he gonna want to play the rest of this game.
Shadur, you talking about?
Hell no, I'm talking about goddamn pigs.
Oh, you
see that's the shit out there looking like a high school versus a college. Let me hurry put my motherfucking bet in, boy. This shit here about to get ugly.
Bynum for the Colts just got a free run on Penix. Hit him on the blind side. Penix fumbled the ball, and Colts
they immediately gave them niggas some more points. That shit just went from 4 to 8 points. They know this shit about to get ugly.
The betting odds are changing actively. Look,
this bitch went up 5 points immediately after that, bro.
The odds are flipping actively on this game. Look at it. It's going crazy, y'all. Y'all see it flipping.
Jonathan Taylor just rushed, man. They about to run all through these niggas, man. Let me put my bet in.
Y'all see the eyes flipping on this game, actively watching it. Look, y'all see it moving. Every time y'all see a highlight or flash, it's changing. Because of what's happening in this game.
I'm about to take whatever Jonathan Taylor rushing yards is, I'm about to take it. Because that nigga about to have like 800 yards. I ain't lying.
And they just gave it to the other running back. Number 16. So, that game there.
I'm going to tell y'all a good bet. My bad. I'm going to tell y'all a good bet
ahead.
right now. Go with the under on Bijan Robinson on the rushing yard. They got him for 76, bro. He ain't getting no 76 rushing yard. Because they about to have to stop running that ball immediately.
They getting ready to start the start passing it.
They about to have to stop passing. So I'm about to take that under on that real fast. Right. I'm about to put a big 50 ball on there, ain't lying.
So anybody that had Jonathan Taylor with a anytime touchdown or, to score a touchdown, something like that, you hit that one. He just got him a 1-yard touchdown in that game. So, all right.
Hey, another good one is they got Michael Pitters for 236. He ain't getting that. He might not even finish the game.
You right. He might not. If they keep getting free runs on him the way they just did, he might get injured for real. Because that defensive end, I don't know if that guy was a defensive end or linebacker, but he came off the edge and nobody picked him up. Nobody was even there to pick him up. It didn't
look like they had anything in their playbook that stops that.
Right. Mojo 25. Good morning to you.
What up, Mojo? What's up?
I think that's that Moni Mo.
Yeah.
I think that's Moni Mo. Yeah, YouTube it's doing crazy stuff with the names. So instead of it having y'all's the name that we know y'all by because it's the name you chose, it's putting your at name with numbers and all types of stuff in it. So
yeah, that shit kind of fucked me up too. I keep seeing people and they got the dash and the numbers behind it. Yeah, but I see what they're doing now.
Yeah, they kind of forcing people to go to their actual name, your at name, whatever it is, rather than people having, changing it up and stuff. It seems like, I don't know, they do it on some channels and they don't do it on other channels. So I'm not sure what's the catalyst for it. All right, so let's get back into these division standings real quick while that game is at commercial. And I'll try not to spoil it too much for y'all, anybody that wants to watch. But hey, the game is live, y'all, so... 40 Splatter said, be careful because the Colts might give up a big run. He's a Colts fan, so he's like, be careful. He said Bijan might still hit that.
Yeah. But the thing about it, I don't think they're gonna give him attempts because
that's where I'm at with it too. I think this game is probably going to end up getting out of hand in terms of score wise, and so it says Moni Mo on Moonlight's channel, but yeah, over here it has Mojo 25-Z2B.
Yeah, I had that one last night on mine too.
Yeah, but so they're gonna end up probably having to start passing the ball and not even giving Bijan running attempts. If they're gonna be turning it over like that and giving them these short fields to score, once this thing gets to 14-0, they're gonna start pressing and start trying to pass the ball all the time.
Right. And the Colts gonna run that shit.
Yeah, Colts gonna keep running it, or they gonna do them little out passes and them little swing passes that Jonathan Taylor is basically like a run, because he pass it to him in the backfield and then he take off, So, I think the Ravens will probably still end up coming away with this division. Let me look at their schedule real quick. I mean, long as Lamar don't get hurt again or anything crazy like that, I just do not have faith in the Packers at all. I mean, the Steelers at all. So they got the Vikings today. I mean, it's at the Vikings. We'll see how they play. Then they got the Browns, the Jets, the Bengals. I don't know if Burrow will be back yet by November 27th, but the Browns and the Jets should be 2 easy wins for the Ravens. The Bengals, we'll see how Flacco's playing or if they got Burrow back by then. We'll see what's going on with their defense. They still got the Bengals twice left in the season. They have the Steelers twice left in the season. So, yeah, the Ravens could definitely still come away with that division because they still got to play the Steelers twice and the Bengals twice and the Browns. I mean, the Browns should just be an easy win and the Jets should be an easy win. So,
oh, no, now.
What's up?
The Jets, they keep thinking the Jets going to be an easy win.
Well, I mean, I think they've punted on the season, trading away Sauce Gardner. What their defense going to be able to stop?
Yeah, you're right about that.
I mean, they got Breece Hall still, but hell, what else do they have? So that's why I think, when they traded away Sauce Gardner, that told me that their management is punted on the season.
He probably requested.
Have a wonderful Sunday too, Moni Mo. I appreciate you coming through, even though you're not a sports fan.
Yeah, he probably requested a trade.
Right. Yeah. I mean, maybe. He got on the right team because the Colts are leading the league right now, overall standings. So, but I think the Ravens still have a chance to win that division. Definitely. They got 2 games against the Packers, 2 games against the Bengals. They got plenty of time to make noise there and come back and win that one. AFC South, Colts sitting at 7-2. I really don't think they have a lot of competition. I don't have faith in the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence is playing like boo-boo. I noticed because he's on one of my fantasy teams. I don't think the Colts are really going to be competed with as far as the AFC South is concerned. There may be some teams that are competing with them as far as first place overall in the AFC and that number 1 overall seed, but I think they got the AFC South pretty locked up, without much competition. AFC West, you got the Broncos hanging on at 8-2. They got that win Thursday night, barely. The problem with the Broncos is I just don't think that they're going to score enough to compete with teams whenever it's time, to really get out there and win some games. Their defense is really good, but I don't think they're going to be able to score enough to hang with the teams because while their defense is really good, are they going to be able to stop Patrick Mahomes, when it gets late in the season and going into playoffs and stuff like that? I say they're not going to stop him on every drive to the point that they're going to be able to score enough to basically stay with them. I don't think that's happening. Let me see here. Where are the Broncos? I don't know where they are, but let's see their Chiefs schedule. So let's see, when do they play? Do they play again? And how many times? All right, so they play again in week 17. And they play again. They play next week. So they haven't even played each other yet. The Chiefs are on bye this week. They go to the Broncos next week. And then they play again against each other in Kansas City on week 17. So that's going to tell a lot right there as to whether or not the Broncos really can win that division. They still also have to play against the Chargers one more time, who the Chargers are sitting at second place in that division. We'll see next week. Next week when the Chiefs play at the Broncos, the outcome of that game will kind of let me know, is Kansas City for real? Are they really making a charge to win that division? And, Bijan just had a nice little run. Was that Bijan? No, that's actually Algier. Had a nice little run. The Falcons are charging on, so they might be able to keep it a game where they're able to run the ball.
That's all they're going to be able to do. Like,
did the Colts miss the extra point?
Probably.
They either missed the extra point or went for 2 and I missed it because the score is 6-0 and it's a touchdown Falcons.
They probably missed the extra point.
Yeah, Algier got the touchdown, not Bijan.
Oh, they playing new games. Yeah, they playing new games right now. They play. See, I've noticed this shit is rigged this year. You just gotta be on the right side of the rig. They playing.
Yeah, Bijan wasn't even in the game for this play. Yeah. It don't look like
they knew damn well he was supposed to get that touchdown, but they know what the bets is.
Yeah, because the Colts did it. The Colts let the other running back run it all the way down to the 1 yard line, and then Jonathan Taylor got the 1 yard touchdown. Because everybody need Jonathan Taylor to get that touchdown. Frank Nitty in the building. Salute to you, bro.
I'm just going under on the 2 passing yards. I'm about to do a bet just the 2 passing yards under.
Let me see what knowledge say, because all of the intentional fouls and necessary roughness penalties they got away with last game, they're not going to get away with against Patrick Mahomes. Oh, you talking about the Broncos? Yeah, they're definitely not going to get away with unnecessary roughness and stuff like that against Patrick Mahomes. Ricardo Calendar in the building. You said you another Colts fan? Okay, that's what's up. We got 2 Colts fans in the building. 40 the Splatter's also a Colts fan. Right now, y'all are down. 7-6. Let me look at this DraftKings. Look, it changed all. Look, I told y'all it'd be up. Dang, hold on.
Hey, yeah, I guess that would have been a good plan then when Colts had scored. They gave
it was
Atlanta
up to 9.5. Yeah.
If
you wanted the Falcons
9.5 real fast.
If you wanted the Falcons, you could have got them at 9.5 just a couple minutes ago before they scored. Plus 9.5.
That's why I like watching the game in the middle of the game because you'll see how they playing and you're like, you know what? These motherfuckers ain't about to do this.
Right.
That's why I just went on ahead and made a bet. I took the under on both of their passing yards. They got Michael Pickett for 243 and they got Daniel Jones for 255. What the fuck they know? This don't look like no game where them niggas about to throw no 250 yards.
Well, let's see. Here's the problem though. They have running backs that catch the ball and then go. So that counts as passing yards on all of them. Yeah, I'm Sam, man. Salute.
Yeah,
Uncle
they know something, bro. They about to pull something. This bitch about to end up being a shootout.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. And that's the way they like those games over there in those international games to be. They like them to be high-scoring shootout games, not defense where it's 3-0, because them people want to cheer scores, because it'd be people from every different team fans over there because they only get a couple games a year. So they just want to score the ball a whole bunch of times. They don't even care. They just want to cheer touchdowns.
Motherfucker probably driving from 3 countries over to come see us NFL game.
Right. They get 1 chance or 2 chances the whole year to see a game in Germany or, however many chances in England. So they just want to be scoring game. They want everything to be high scoring.
Well, why the fuck they keep sending the Jags over there?
That's like they second home. I don't know. I guess they figure teams might score high against the Jags. I
guess they're the closest to the coast too, I guess you can send any Florida team over there or any East Coast team. I don't know why the Jags.
Their owner, I don't know if he's still the owner now, but their owner back in the day, Shad Khan, he's from over there.
Oh,
so he kind of set the thing up where that was kind of like their second home to go over there and do all those international games. So that's why they go to England all the time, Jacksonville.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. That's the AFC. Again, AFC West, I think that is still up in the air in terms of who's going to win it between Broncos, Chargers, and Chiefs. I think the Chiefs, again, depending on how they play these next couple weeks, I think they have the best chance, and the odds makers are heavy on the Chiefs winning that division. Chargers, people just don't have a whole lot of faith in them, and they've had some just up and down play. And the Broncos, again, I mean, if you're willing to go all in on Bo Nix and the way that they've been playing on the offensive side of the ball, along with that defense, then, good luck is what I'll say on that.
What's good, Skinny? What the motherfucking Panthers gonna do today, Skinny?
Salute, Skinny, in the building. Yeah,
y'all
we think the Panthers gonna win, man.
Y'all gonna at least beat the motherfucking Saints. I don't know now. The Saints, but they need them one.
Man, the Panthers better whoop the Saints' ass. I don't want to hear that shit. The Panthers are favored by 5.5 at home. The Panthers been good at home all year, and the Saints are shit. If the Panthers don't whoop the Saints' ass by 2 touchdowns or 10 points at least, there's something wrong.
Man, I don't know why Alvin Kamara, even though he hurt, I don't know why a team didn't trade for a team didn't trade for him. Because I know the Saints, he asking for a trade. He got to be trying to get up out of there.
I mean, I would, because the Saints are poo-poo. Oh, nice pass. Daniel Jones passed it to Pierce. That shit was like 40 yards. A dot in the end zone. Touchdown.
Bruh, I'm talking about Alec Pierce.
Damn.
It's hard to pick him, but every time that dude he always get the deep ball.
That shit was a dot. And he was covered too.
Call him Danny Dime.
That shit was 40 yards on the money. Hit that motherfucker in the center of the end zone. Between 2 between 2 defenders too, man. This about to be a game here. Shit. That don't make no damn sense. That was a dime right there for real. They call him Danny Dimes for a reason. That shit was right on the money. They practiced that and they've rehearsed that play in practice or something.
Hey Frank Nitty, I kind of like the Bears, man. I think y'all gonna I think y'all might get that wild card spot.
Let's look at these division standings again. All right, so NFC East, Eagles, they're holding it down pretty strong. Cowboys, we saw what the Cowboys were. You still got that pulled up, ears?
What's that? What's
that video? That Cowboys video. We saw what the Cowboys were. They second place. Commanders, they are injured up with Jaden Daniels out, and Giants, Cam Scatterbo got hurt, and that seemed to end all of the talk about Jackson Dart. So, Eagles have no excuse not to run away with this division and, go right back to where they were, kind of running into the playoffs strong, defending champs. They got stronger at the trade deadline. We are going to talk about that here in 1 second as soon as we finish up these standings, because the Eagles quietly made a whole bunch of moves at the trade deadline, but it was before the trade deadline, not like the last day. It was like those days leading up. They quietly made a bunch of moves, and I didn't hear anything about it, but they're already a strong team. So if they're making moves, they're obviously just trying to strengthen themselves even more. Let's show y'all what these Cowboys were about, y'all. Hold up. That's how the Cowboys looking right now, y'all.
That's how their season going.
Yeah, that's how the Cowboys season is going. So yeah, that's the Cowboys coming right out of the damn trash can.
I'm talking about hot trash.
Hot. Kiss my cheeks. I appreciate you coming in to hit the building. I appreciate you. Hit the like button, Yeah, hot garbage is what the Cowboys are showing right now. So we don't think that they're going to make too much noise to compete with the Eagles. They may or may not get into a wild card discussion, but I don't think they're going to compete with the Eagles for the division. Packers, NFC North, tight. Very tight. Packers, they 5-2-1. They're sitting at the top just because of that tie with the Cowboys. They got a big game this week, obviously, so that may change things. Carl Belton in the building. Salute to you.
Salute, Carl. Salute, Uncle L. Salute, everybody.
Shout out to all the tradesmen out there building the world. Lions 5-3 right behind them. I think a lot of people had expectations that the Lions were going to be leading this division, but Packers are holding on. Bears right there again, 5-3 right there with them. Bears are 0-2 in the division. That's kind of what's hurting them right now. But again, overall record, we're only at week 10, a long way to go in the season, and I'm sure all of these teams play against each other at least one time before the season is over. And hell, the Vikings are right there too at 4-4. This whole division is really almost like one game away from 500, every team. So all of these teams have an opportunity to come away with this division still. And again, I expect that they all have to play against each other multiple times before the season ends. So there's going to be a whole lot of shuffling because, right now they've only played. The team that's played the most games in the division is the Lions. They played 3 games in the division. Everybody else has played 2 or less games in the division. So they all have at least 3 games left in the division. So it's going to be a lot of shuffling in the division. That one's probably going to be one that comes down to the last week of the season to determine who's going to win it. And one team's going to be maybe fighting for a wild card spot. And then the other team's going to be on the outside looking in, all based off of that kind of last week of the season matchup. I'm telling you on that one. NFC South, the Bucs holding on, but the Panthers coming on strong. We got a lot of Panthers fans in here. I know my homie Ears is a Bucs fan. Y'all might be fighting it out here at the end of the season. Atlanta, they're behind.
Say what?
It's 6-2 and 5-4. Look at that. Y'all are one game apart, essentially, except for the Bucs have already had their bye week and the Panthers have not.
Hold on, man. Stop playing, bro.
Look at them standings. The Bucs are 6-2.
We ain't played them yet. Are you telling me? The Carolina gonna beat us 2 times?
I'm telling you that right now, the way these standings sit, the Bucs have not run away with a damn thing, and that the Panthers have an opportunity, and that the Falcons have an opportunity as well. Thaddeus said, "You heard me."
Man, stop it, man, y'all. I know that's wishful thinking, y'all, but stop it.
So let's look at this schedule here. The Bucs have to play against the Panthers in week 16 and then again in week 18. So 2 weeks apart, basically, they play against each other. They have to play the Falcons the week before, week 16 and week 15. They got the Saints week 14, which I think the Saints will be an easy win. But here's the Bucs' upcoming schedule. They just had their bye week. They have the Patriots today. I actually think the Patriots might win this game outright. Then they go to Buffalo next week. Who knows what the damn weather's going to be? It's November now. It might be snowing in damn Buffalo next week. And then they go to LA to face the Rams. Matthew Stafford is playing out of this world right now with the Rams. That might be 3 losses in a row. And if the Panthers are winning, that means the Bucs are sliding in the division. So then they have the Cardinals at home. I think they could win that. They have the Saints at home. I think they could win that. They got the Falcons at home. Depending on what the Falcons' record is at that point, that's week 15, will they be fighting for the division, wild card, whatever, will determine how that game plays out. Then they see the Panthers for the first time. Let's say the Panthers are leading the division at this point because the Bucs did take those 3 losses in a row. And then they got, let's say, 2 to 3 wins back, but the Panthers weren't losing during that time. That means at the Panthers may be leading the division and they see the Bucs coming in. We don't know how that game's going to go. If the Panthers are playing good enough to be leading the division at that point, we don't know how that game's going to go. Then the Bucs have the Dolphins. That should be a win for the Bucs. And then they play the Panthers again. So I'm saying the Panthers definitely have a chance. Yup, December 24th and January 4th. Exactly.
You're right. Everybody got a chance. But same way we got to keep winning, they got to keep winning, and we all playing the same teams.
Yeah.
So
Let me go look at the Panthers schedule real quick. I'm looking at the Panthers schedule. So they have the Saints this week. I think that should be an easy win. They go to the Falcons. That could go either way. This is a division game. They go to the 49ers. I don't know. I don't know what the 49ers injury situation is going to be at that point. That's a night game. I don't know if that's Monday night or Sunday night, the 24th.
And the Falcons going to beat them next time, and that's going to make them too tired.
Okay.
49ers, y'all probably going to beat them. Y'all beat everybody else except for us.
The Rams, they play the Rams in Carolina, but the Rams will probably beat them in that game, I would expect.
So if we lose to the Rams, they'll lose to them too.
Yeah, then they see their bye week 14. They go to the Saints. I think they'll beat the Saints. Then they got the Bucs at home.
We got the Saints again too.
They got the Seahawks.
We already beat them. They better
and then
beat
they
them.
got the Bucs again. So Panthers' schedule is a little bit harder to me. They got some tougher teams and more teams that are in the playoff hunt on their schedule for the rest of the season. But again, if they pull out some of these wins,
they're gonna beat y'all at least one time. I ain't saying they're gonna sweep y'all, but they're gonna tie with y'all at least.
Okay, well, they've already played once. Let's see here. Who won the first time?
I hope y'all beat them again. Because
shit.
I feel like the Falcons are more of a threat to us than y'all.
The Panthers whooped the Falcons' ass the first time.
They beat the shit out of the Falcons. They blew their ass out like 30-something nothing.
30-0. They ain't even let them motherfuckers score.
Yeah, but the Falcons gonna come back and beat the shit out of y'all next time. Y'all to make the Falcons mad.
Yeah, because it's in Atlanta next week.
It's in Atlanta next time, but they gonna beat the shit out y'all.
And so I think the Panthers play good against the Saints this week. They know they got the big game against the Falcons next week. The Falcons want that get back, and then they go to the 49ers, the following week for a night game.
Yeah, that get back gonna be real, boy. Them niggas ain't gonna play the radio with y'all niggas in Atlanta.
Oh man, so it's gonna be interesting to see that division, coming down the stretch. Atlanta could definitely climb back into it if they get wins against the Panthers and the Bucs, and both those teams are basically looking to fight it out towards the end. So that's gonna be
the
an
thing about Carolina. Y'all got to beat all the teams we already done beat. Y'all got Seattle, San Francisco. Y'all gonna have to beat us twice if you wanna, if you really want to get there. Time with us ain't gonna help you. You're gonna have to beat us twice. Y'all gonna have to beat Atlanta twice. I don't think y'all gonna win that next one though. But you could, and y'all gonna need to beat New Orleans twice. We done beat them once, so y'all can't tie with them.
So my big question for the Bucs is, what is their injury situation going to be? Because we know Mike Evans not coming back.
Right.
Like what's the situation going to be as far as their offense, injuries, stuff like that? Because it doesn't matter, babe. Whichever one you want.
So if it's my computer or yours.
Thank you, babe.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
I'm jealous right now because right now I be when my baby come bring me my coffee too. I gotta go get my own shit. I gotta get up and go get my own shit. I gotta go make my own breakfast and shit.
Yeah,
I'm missing my woman.
Yeah, see, I made breakfast before I went live, and she brought me some tea. My baby make them tea blends, so she brought me some tea. So we good
I
now.
can use that right now.
Yeah.
But this nigga said they sweeping the division. Oh man, yeah. But what kind of you on that morning blunt, ain't you?
Huh?
I said he talking about they gonna sweep the division, but he on that morning blunt.
He said you on that morning blunt saying y'all sweeping the division. Pick and choose TV Slim in the building. Salute,
me forget my thought when he says some shit like that.
And it's an open panel. Everybody's welcome to hit the link if y'all want to come up and talk your junk. You don't have to stay in the chat. You're more than welcome, but you can stay in the chat as well. We'll read the comments, however y'all want to do it.
Okay, you asked me about the injury situation. Okay, as far as Bucket Irvin, he'll be back like within the next week or two or whatever. So we cool on him. You know what I'm saying? Rashad White was the starter before Bucket last year. A lot of people forgot that he was 1,000-yard back. So it's not like we're starving on a running back. Rashad White is more powerful. And he definitely is a workhorse, you know what I'm saying? So Bucky is raw. Having both of them is, very dangerous, but it's not like we ain't got nothing back there.
What's up with Chris Godwin?
Now, as far as Chris Godwin, he's been week to week because they were saying he was questionable this week because I got him on one of my fantasies.
He out now.
But I think they're just trying to make sure he's, 100% healthy. But I think what a lot of people don't realize is we already have an arsenal of backup, very good wide receivers. Of course, we still got Ibuka, Ches Johnson, who is a very, very, very productive college player, and we seen flashes of him in the last couple of weeks. That boy is nice.
Right.
That boy looking like the old Deshaun Jackson out there. That boy nice. Then to mention McMillan, that rookie that we had got last year, and he had a couple of flashes or whatever, but he had the neck injury in preseason. He's expected to come through and do big things. We still got Sterling Shepard, which is he does his thing. Now he had a big fumble when we lost that game the other day, but I mean not the other day, but when we played 2 weeks ago, and we lost to I can't remember who that was that we kind of pretty much gave the game to.
Y'all got a lot of injuries at other positions, though. I think that stuff adds up. Y'all got 2 tackles, both questionable, one with a foot, one with a shoulder.
Okay.
Y'all got linebacker Marquise Watts is out with a hand. Hassan Reddick is out with an ankle.
Damn,
you got another tackle out. Yeah, so, y'all got just injuries all over y'all's line and, just in them key positions, them names that we don't have on our fantasy team, so we don't know their names so well, but it makes all of the difference in how the rest of the players can perform.
Well, as far as our matchup this week, our best positions are still available because for what New England like to do, our DBs are healthy, our linebackers are healthy. For
which
what?
One? So y'all got, Reddick is out and Watts is out. I don't know what.
Yeah, Reddick is more of one of our. We kind of shift him around on the D line. Like he's like a blitz specialist.
Okay, and
it's not like he's a every down, player or whatever. And we just recently added him to the shit, so and like we depending on him. Now, if you was talking about Levante David or something like that, Villaville, then we talking. If you talking about our safeties, yeah, then I'm a little concerned. But our key players are there. So being that Drake Maye, he likes to run, we're gonna be spying on his ass, I'm assuming. and make him throw the ball. They do have what's his name? Stephon Diggs. So it's not like they don't have anybody. They do got really big tight ends. So that's really the only thing I'm concerned of. How they gonna try to come out and play us by trying to do come out in these big formations and try to do a lot of play action, you know what I'm saying? But I think we can just shut down their run because right now that's about their weakest spot, they run. And I think our pass defense will be able to shut them down. I don't think they can stop us, though. We can stop them. Especially at home. Now, if we was in New England, that might be a different story. But we gonna be down here in this heat. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. I think I like New England in this game. I mean, you say you want to force Drake May to pass the ball. Well, Drake May got better passing stats than Baker does this season right now. I mean
you could always just, you know what I'm saying, make a slight little $25 bet. I know that ain't your team, but
we can do that. We can do that. Yeah, we can do that. No doubt.
Okay.
Bet. Okay.
Little dice 20, 25, whichever one.
It don't matter. 20, 25, don't matter. It's your team. We can do 25. It's your team.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, right.
Titus, you said we only have one loss in the conference. Y'all only played one conference game. You acting like y'all done played something. Y'all done beat somebody. Y'all only beat Atlanta. Oh, did y'all play New Orleans too?
Nah, they only got one division game.
Yeah, y'all only beat Atlanta. That was a nice win. I ain't gonna take it from you now.
Yeah,
y'all only played Atlanta.
Bucs are 2-0 in the division. Panthers 1-0 in the division.
And you talking about all y'all losses from AFC? All our wins from AFC team. So you see the problem here? All the teams that y'all about to lose to, we are to beat. Oh yeah, y'all did beat the Packers. We don't even got to play them, so they ain't gonna use that as a comparison game. Really? Y'all gonna have to beat San Francisco and Seattle, the Jets, and what's the other AFC?
They don't play the Jets.
Oh, they don't play the Jets? Okay.
But San Francisco, NFC West, basically.
Yeah, y'all gonna pretty much have to beat the NFC West. Yeah, Cowboys don't count, bro. I don't even think they give people credit for beating Cowboys.
Yeah, it's gonna be the NFC West and let's see here.
It's gonna be those NFC West teams y'all gonna have to beat Thaddeus, because those are the same team we played. They gonna compare that. Like if we tie, say we go one and we tie with y'all, and y'all tie with everybody tie in the division.
NFC West and AFC East.
They gonna go off of all those NFC West games that we all played.
Yeah, it'd be NFC West and the AFC East. So it'd be the Niners, the Seahawks, the Falcons. I mean, not the Falcons, but the Cardinals and the Rams, and then it'll be the Patriots, the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Jets.
Okay, so we beat the Jets already too. If we beat the Dolphins and if we beat goddamn New England today, we'll done beat 3 out of the fucking, 14. But we already beat 2 out of the 4 teams in the NFC West. Y'all gonna have to do the same thing. Y'all, particularly San Francisco and Seattle, because they gonna be playoff bound.
Right.
So y'all gonna have to beat them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because even if y'all beat us and y'all win the division, right, we still have a chance, because the Rams and Seattle, they'll probably be one of the wild card teams, and we'll end up getting the wild card over there. So you're gonna have to do the same thing.
So right now, the Panthers already lost to the Cardinals, and they lost to the Patriots.
Oh, no wonder he want us to take the L to the Patriots, because y'all took the L to the Patriots.
Yeah, so they lost to the Cardinals, the Patriots. They beat the Dolphins. They beat the Jets. They lost to the Bills. So right now they're kind of a little behind the 8 ball when it comes to those same teams that y'all going to play, because they lost to the Cardinals, the Patriots, and the Bills. They beat the Jets. They haven't played. They beat the Jets. So they're 1-3 basically against those teams that y'all are both going to play. Or hold on, 2-3. They lost to the Cardinals, the Patriots, beat the Dolphins, beat the Jets, lost to the Bills. Yeah, so they're 2-3 against those teams that y'all are going to play, those out of conference teams, out of division teams. So yeah, Panthers got a little bit of work to do when it comes on those. They got the 49ers coming up. They got the Rams coming up. And then they play the Seahawks later in the season.
I mean, I don't think they hoping on Rico Dow to to keep having some magic, but I mean, I don't see. I mean, y'all ain't bad as y'all look on Sports Center and shit. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Every now and then, y'all will get a little hot.
Yeah, Thaddeus. I think the Bucs are going to lose today to the Patriots. I actually do. I think they're going to lose. Let me finish up these standings real quick. We can talk about some bets, some trades, and all of that.
I think I'm about to come in on my phone because I got to go to stuff. All right.
Okay, no doubt. So, yeah, that NFC South is, probably going to be a 2-3 team race going down to the end of it. We'll see what the Falcons are able to do. Right now, that score in that game is 13-7, and the Colts are setting up to attempt a field goal. The Colts are winning 13-7 and attempting to kick a 53-yard field goal. It is no good. Looks like it was short. Because it was in line. Looks like it was short. Interesting. All right, so 13-7 in that game. They're having some kicking issues. They've missed an extra point and now a 53-yard field goal. Salute, can you hear me? I don't know if he can hear me or not. I can hear him. Can you hear me, ears? I don't think he can hear us right now. All right. He went on mute. He'll get his audio fixed. But yeah, right now, so in that game, 13-7, Colts are having some kicking issues. Missed an extra point, missed the field goal. So, hey, they're not running away with anything. No, not running away with anything. You said it's wishful thinking?
They trying to keep that motherfucker under, right?
Something. Donna 24-55. I see you.
It's gonna be the same field goals they missing. That's gonna have the score being like a point or a half a point under watch.
Yeah. Right now, it's definitely trending that way because, I mean, that's 4 points that should be on the board right now that are normally, kind of gimme points at this point. 53-yard field goals, they kicking them every day. He looked like he missed that short. It was lined up. It wasn't left or right. That thing looked short. And they kicking 53-yarders every day. So I don't know. I mean, it could be a field condition thing over there. I don't know. I'm not listening to the game. So I don't know. They have some weird weather over there sometimes. And they're playing on like soccer fields.
Yeah, it might be the weather. It might feel weird over there.
Yeah, they're normally playing on like soccer fields that they've reconditioned to be an NFL field for this one game. So it's, not their normal footing.
But I think they aren't they big on rugby?
It could be rugby in Germany. I know like in England, a lot of times those are soccer stadiums. In Germany, It could be a rugby stadium. It could be soccer. I don't know, but it's probably not NFL football type of, because it's just not that type of football we play here is not that huge over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that was wishful thinking, Thaddeus. It gotta be, I ain't gonna lie though, y'all gonna be a threat when y'all get like when y'all can just get everything together. I don't know if Bryce Young gonna be y'all future like that. He ain't like horrible, but I don't think I just don't think he's fit for y'all.
I tend to agree with you. He's not horrible. It's just something missing. It's just something that's missing there in his game. I don't know what it is.
I think y'all should have made. Well, I know they wouldn't have did it with y'all, but Alvin Kamara would fit in with y'all really good.
With the Panthers?
Yeah, if they still had T-Mac over there, they throw in an Alvin Kamara, and then y'all get like if y'all can get like a good. Well, y'all got Jimmy Horn Jr. I think he's gonna be a good player. Just maybe I don't know. Maybe I need to improve on y'all line because Buddy keep getting sacked. Yeah. So once y'all get y'all little sack problem together, y'all defense ain't bad. I ain't gonna lie. Like you might not know nobody on that defense, but when you watch them play, they be playing pretty good defense.
Right.
It's just that they can't score, and then eventually they get outscored.
Yep.
So
yeah, if they could get their protection right, or, with the offensive line and whatever schemes they're running, as far as blocking running back or blocking tight end, whatever it is, to make sure they keep Rice upright, I think they could actually make a whole lot more noise than they are doing now.
Right, and see that's the problem they're gonna have with us. So we gonna blitz that nigga to death. We gonna make him we gonna make him wish he was in college again.
Right.
We ain't gonna play with him. Everybody else, y'all can squirrel, but yeah, we gonna make you drop back because,
Yeah, I agree with you, Knowledge. I'm looking at the field now. It definitely looks like one of those soccer type of turf fields. It's like it's soccer grass, and because soccer they play on kind of thick grass. When they fall, it ain't nothing. They just roll and get up and keep moving. So it looks like some kind of real thicker grass than we see typically in NFL stadiums. All right, NFC West. Let's finish this up real quick. This is what I was telling y'all about. You see, Seattle 6-2, Rams 6-2, 49ers 6-3. 49ers have not had their bye week yet. The rest of the teams in the division have had their bye weeks because you see they only have 8 games and the 49ers have 9 already. But if you look at the division, 49ers are 3-0 in the division. All of the rest of the teams, have losses.
Say, Lord knows y'all need y'all bye, boy.
Yeah, and it don't come till like week 14. Yeah, so we still got like 4 more weeks until the bye even comes for the 49ers. They really need that bye, but I mean, the players that are coming back right now, like Brock Purdy is probably the one that's closest to coming back, and we don't even need him back yet. Mac Jones is doing just fine. It's the other players that we need to come back, So, again, 49ers right now shows them at 3rd in the division. That's just because they have the 1 more loss overall. But if they all had the same amount of games, 49ers would actually be 1st in this division because they're 3-0 in the division. They have 1 win against each team in the division already.
I gotta admit, I had counted y'all out. Y'all playing way better than I expected.
I mean, their 49ers are playing better than I expected this season. I didn't have a whole lot of high expectations for the team going into this season, especially with all of the injuries that they entered the season with. I didn't have high expectations at all, but all of them young players that are filling in roles that they weren't necessarily expecting to have to play this big of a position in, they're stepping up. I mean, to only have 3 losses with injuries to pretty much every big name star on the team. All of the money players are injured. Your Fred Warners, your Bosa's, your Purdy's, the receivers, Ayuk and all of them. All of them have been injured pretty much all season. Only people that have been there consistently are McCaffrey and Kittle.
And he ain't been consistent because I got him on my fantasy. He just came back last week. I mean,
you talking about Kittle?
Yeah, he
he been in and out.
Tight end week, national tight end week. First week he came back.
Exactly. Kittle's been in and out of the lineup. McCaffrey's the only one that's been there the entire time. He's been the workhorse. And you know how that normally goes for running backs when they're a workhorse like that. What does that lead to? You know what I'm saying? So
I think it's a little production out of their backup running back, Brian Ross.
Yeah.
So like they've been utilizing him a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, they have to because McCaffrey is an everything back. He's a running back, obviously, but he's also pretty much a wide receiver. If you look at his receiving stats from catches, he's right there competing with the receivers as well. So you got to have somebody that's another running back with McCaffrey to actually get some of them run yards.
I think y'all got Jenkins back.
Who?
Juwan Jenkins.
Jennings.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Juwan Jennings. Yeah. He came back. I saw him out there last week. It's good to see. Like I said, Ayuk's been out pretty much all season. He's still on the PUP list, I think. But yeah, so with that mass unit, they have been, I mean, like I said, they're really technically first in the division.
Mac Jones impressed me. I didn't think he was even that good, period, coming out of college. But
right
now, watching him a couple of weeks and watching him when they played us is pretty much when I really got to watch him. I was like, damn, this kid pretty nice.
Yeah. Well, Shanahan always wanted Mac Jones. Back when Mac Jones was drafted, Shanahan actually wanted him, but he, didn't get him. So now that he has the opportunity to call plays for him, they understand each other. He's, working it out. Mac Jones understands a Shanahan type of offense, and Shanahan understands a Mac Jones type of quarterback. So that's really what a lot of organizations that don't have success at the quarterback fail to understand. Going back to, think about the 49ers teams, right? I've been a 49ers fan since the late 80s. Back in the Joe Montana days, and then we went to Steve Young, and, just on and on, right? But everything about the 49ers, the talk has always been about quarterback, coach, and then receiver type of, whether it's a Kittle or actual wide receiver or whatever. It's always been the same thing. You've had those trios or those combinations. You know the quarterback's name, you know the coach's name, and you know the receiver's name. So the same type of situation, if you get the coach, make sure the coach has their quarterback that works for the system that they can call, not the quarterback that the owner wants or the GM wants or whatever, or if you have the quarterback there, you got to make sure that you bring in the coach that works with that quarterback style. But as long as you're going to have a clash at quarterback and coach, and they're not going to be on the same page, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. Think about them. All of the names of these quarterbacks, Troy Aikman and Jimmy Johnson. You have a coach and you have these quarterbacks. So you got to put the stuff together. And all these teams, they got Shadur sitting over there. I'm sure there's plenty of coaches in the league that would love to coach Shadur Sanders type of quarterback. But he's sitting there wasting away in Cleveland while they running out Dylan Gabriel because that coach thinks he likes Dylan Gabriel, even though he's trash in the NFL. So off my soapbox, y'all. Off my soapbox. Let's look at some of these trades real quick. Because there were some interesting trades that went down. This is an article this is the best one I saw that really kind of showed the trades, each one, because I don't really want to get into. I want to see who was traded for who, what was the compensation type stuff. And this guy actually gets grades on them, so we can pay attention to them if we want or not. But Sauce Gardner, we talked about this one. Sauce Gardner went to the Colts. The Jets got back a wide receiver and 2 first-round picks, a 2026 and 2027 first-round pick. So pretty decent compensation, when you get 2 first-round picks plus a player for one player. Indy gets stronger on the defense. Jets are preparing for the future, right? Tre'Davious Ward, Indy has him. He used to play for the 49ers. He's on IR. I don't know if he'll be coming back or not, but having Sauce Gardner there, if Ward comes back, that's going to be 2 shutdowns, in your defensive backfield. Moving on. Quinnen Williams, Cowboys. So Cowboys aren't playing this week, but we said we'd talk about them a little bit, and we said we'd talk about the Jets. The Jets offloading pieces. They got rid of, not got rid of, but they offloaded Sauce Gardner for picks. They also sent Quinnen Williams, the defensive tackle, to the Cowboys. So they getting stronger on their defensive line. We won't get to see it until next week. They sent their defensive tackle, Mozzie Smith, to the Jets. And the Jets are also getting a 2026 second-round pick and another 2027 first-round draft pick. So that means the Jets received 2 additional 2027 first-round draft picks so far in these trades, plus whatever they get for themselves. Moving on, Seahawks. They receive a wide receiver. They needed a little help at wide receiver, so they got Rashid Shaheed from the Saints. The Saints, of course, is a team we feel like punted on the season, but they only got back a 4th and a 5th round pick for him. So Seahawks, smart trade for them, not giving away any first round picks, giving away 4th and 5th round picks, but you get to bring in a receiver to strengthen your receiving core. Jaguars and the Raiders made a trade, so we're going to talk about the Jaguars a little bit. They brought in a wide receiver to, I guess, help Trevor Lawrence. I don't know that he necessarily needed this help, but with Travis Hunter going down, He's on IR. So, bringing in a wide receiver, I guess, to help because they are still in the hunt of things. They're trying to, I guess, stay in it, even though I don't really have faith in them to do anything. They got him for a 4th and a 6th round pick. So, again, not too bad to strengthen your team. The Bears, we had the Bears fans in here earlier. The Bears got a defensive end from the Browns. Of course, the Browns we know aren't really doing much. And they got a 7th round pick. And the only thing they had to send over was a 6th round pick. So basically a pick swap, by round, and you got a player out of it. Hey, good trade for the Bears. Defense, strengthen your team, and only have to move basically down around with a pick. Cowboys were busy. They also acquired Logan Wilson, linebacker. We know they needed help at linebacker since getting rid of Micah Parsons, but they went, through half the season without really fixing that. Got him from the Bengals. Not sure what the Bengals are doing because Flacco's playing pretty good. We expect Burrow to come back. They aren't totally out of the mix, but not sure what they're doing. But they sent the linebacker over for a 7th round pick. Not too bad on the Cowboys. Chargers got a tackle from the Saints. Again, the Saints punting on the season. So Chargers just trying to, strengthen things to go into the playoff run. The Jets actually brought in a DB, so I guess they knew that the Sauce Gardner, thing was happening from the Chargers. It's for a conditional 7th round pick. So it's just the Chargers kind of moving on from a player, and they may or may not get that pick out of it. I told you that Baltimore made some moves. They brought in a linebacker from the Titans. The Titans, another team kind of punting on the season. You know what I'm saying, man? Said the Ravens are performing malpractice. They just depend on Lamar to ball out year after year. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that because they haven't been like the Ravens, Ray Lewis type defense or anything like that since the Ray Lewis days, which has been a while ago now. It's been Lamar or bust definitely on the Ravens. And they don't even, it's not even like Lamar and Derrick Henry. It's just Lamar. But they tried to strengthen up at linebacker for a conditional 5th round pick. So, again, not too much there that they're giving up to bring in a linebacker, try to strengthen their defense to go through the rest of the season. The Eagles, I said they were quietly making a lot of moves up to the trade deadline. They got Jalen Phillips from the Dolphins right before the trade deadline. Again, the Dolphins, a team not really expected to do much. The only thing they had to give up was a 3rd round pick, right? So you keep on moving, and the Eagles get Jair Alexander at cornerback and a 7th round pick, and they give up a 6th round pick. I'm like, all right, so the Eagles got a corner. They got a linebacker. They're strengthening up this defense. We don't really have a whole lot of questions about their offense. Hell, they're actually, I thought they were going to move on from A.J. Brown, but they just stayed the same strength at offense, right? The Eagles, cornerback, Michael Carter II, and a 7th round pick, and they give up a wide receiver, John Mechie, who you don't hear him catching anything for the Eagles, and a 7th round pick. I'm like, what the hell? This was October 29th. This is what I'm saying. The Eagles were making a whole bunch of moves leading up to the trade deadline, right? Steelers, they brought in a safety from the Patriots. They swapped picks. 49ers, they brought in a defensive end and swap picks. Rams brought in a corner and looks like they swapped picks. Jags brought in another corner from the Browns. So you see the teams that are punting on the season because they're all showing up on the right side. But, again, Baltimore showing up here again. And this is going back to the beginning of October. Baltimore has sent the defensive end and a future 7th round pick for a safety and a 5th round pick. Anybody keeping up with the game over there? The Falcons just scored another touchdown. And the score of that game right now before the extra point attempt is 13-13.
Okay, I'm not saying, man. They ain't at 20 yet. Is halftime yet? But
No, not halftime yet.
yeah, they scoring too fast, man. I took under 48.
Scores 13-13. That touchdown was to Drake London, and with extra point is pending. But the Falcons may be about to go up in this game over the first place Colts over in Berlin. I ain't gonna say they are yet because I got to see this extra point go through. Falcons have been fine kicking, but the Colts have been having kicking problems all game.
How much time left in the first?
3:25 left in the second half. The extra point is good. Falcons lead 14-13. 3:25 left in the first half.
Okay, so the coach probably about to go down there and score real quick. Well,
They need to. But I don't know how much faith they have in their kicking game. So they need to try to score a touchdown because he's already missed an extra point and a field goal. Yeah.
Damn, I think I done fucked up by taking that under.
And then here we're all the way back to the Joe Flacco trade. So I'm not going to go back any further. But as you saw there, the Eagles, they made a bunch of trades and strengthened their defense kind of quietly because it wasn't right at the trade deadline. It was, a few days before it. And I didn't hear about any of those trades. This one here on October 29th where they brought in a cornerback and just gave up a receiver who doesn't even get any playing time. This one here, they brought in a cornerback and basically gave up a pick next year from the Ravens, This one here, they brought in a linebacker.
Who did they actually get, though, as far as cornerback? Because the Eagles, because their cornerback's been trash.
Who, the Eagles? They got Jair Alexander from the Ravens.
Oh, okay. He trash, though.
But if he's playing behind the rest of that defense,
I ain't gonna say he trash, but he ain't like a difference maker.
He ain't no shutdown like Sauce, but playing with the rest of that defense, it makes you better. He
used to be when he was in. Is that the same one from Green Bay? He used to play at Green Bay. He used to be nice.
Let's see here. He's from Charlotte. His 8th year in the league. He played at Louisville.
And he was playing with Green Bay. I thought he was playing. Wasn't he playing Green Bay for some years?
I'm trying to see career stats. Let's see here. Yeah, he was in Green Bay most of the time. He was at Baltimore. He went to Baltimore this year and then got traded to the Eagles.
He must be on his decline.
Yeah, it must be. Because let's see here. Let's see. In 2023, he played 7 games with Green Bay. 2024, he played 7 games. He played 2 so far with the Ravens this year. So yeah, I mean
he was nice. He was nice about 5 years ago when he was with Green Bay, but he's been falling off. I think he had a major injury, and right now it looked like he's falling off.
It looked like he probably had that major injury probably 2021 because they only played 4 games, and then he came back after that, played 16 games, and then kind of been down, playing half the games of the season ever since, really. He's played 7 games, and only got in 2 games thus far with the Ravens before they traded him.
Yeah, that's what it is. He ain't worth a damn son. Eagles ain't getting them nothing.
But, so, again, they made a bunch of trades. Jalen Phillips, that was, a good pickup from Miami for them at linebacker. Yeah, so a bunch of trades going on. So Yam Sandman,
cheat from them bitch ass niggas, but
Yam Sandman is a Baltimore fan. He said he's not trash. He wasn't healthy at the start of the season.
That's what I mean. He's been trash. Like he ain't been healthy since 2002. That's why I say he's not a bad player, but his worth right now is trash because he can't stay right. Why you think what's name trading him after 2 games?
So here's his.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I was gonna say here's his career stats. So it shows you, how many games he played, how many tackles, and all of that stuff that he had. So you show that 2021 season. That must have been when he got injured because he only played the 4 games. He came back the next season, played 16 games. His stats were just kind of mediocre or whatever. And then after that, it's been 7 games. So I don't know if he's been getting injured each season or what the deal has been with him.
He can't tackle and he stay hurt. Nah, as far as he'll pick some shit off now. You know what I'm saying? Take it to the house. But he a little fragile motherfucker.
And it's been a while since he's going to be a pick person, really. Because, back in 2022, after he came back from probably that injury, he had 5 picks. 2024, last year, he had 2 picks.
He'll pick some shit, but he don't like to tackle them.
He's got 12 picks on his career. So, yeah, but we'll see what he looks like. Like I said, when you put him behind a better defense that a defense that's more cohesive, because the Baltimore defense just really hasn't been that cohesive, it seems to me, the last couple of seasons. It's been, like you said, all Lamar or bust. If you put him behind a better defense, because the Philly defense, they're trying to put things together, I think it might change up things a little bit for him.
Yeah, I mean, Philly D a line decent, but the rest of that defense ain't really hitting on shit though.
Well, that's why they were making the trades and stuff. They brought in a linebacker, they brought in some corners and things like that. So they didn't make any changes at the line. They made everything behind the line. So again, if you got a good defensive line, you strengthen your linebacker level, that's that second level. Then the corners, they might have it easy if the front line is getting there, causing all the disruption. Let's see here. All right, so I saw some articles about just things going on. Y'all know the Score is an app that I use to kind of follow games and stuff like that. Says the Jets are not really planning to fire their coach, even though they started 1-7. But there were some articles down here, just some news going on around the league that I thought if we weren't talking about the games we could talk about. I know y'all heard about that Mark Sanchez stuff about a month or so back where he had gotten into some fight and got stabbed and all that shit. Well,
I forgot to do the live about that. Did I do a live about that? I meant to talk about it.
Don't remember you doing a whole live about it. You might have mentioned it, but I don't know that you did a whole live about it.
I think I forgot. Go ahead.
Well, yeah. So Fox Sports is parting ways with him. Y'all know he was a Fox Sports analyst when all of this stuff went down. They're parting ways with him, and they brought in Drew Brees to replace him. And he's actually facing charges and shit behind this stuff. Mark Sanchez is. So the story goes that apparently he was in some kind of fight with a truck driver outside of a hotel whenever he was in Indianapolis to cover their game. And now he's facing felony charges, got a bunch of misdemeanor charges, and the person is filing a civil lawsuit against him too. So I don't know what he did. CKJ, salute.
And that shit gonna be a slam dunk because
Right.
that man was where he was supposed to be, dropping off shit, and Mark Sanchez trying to act like he the motherfucker security and shit. And he was back there drunk doing wind sprints. Like, I think these athletes, when they finish their career, bro, they really be losing their goddamn mind.
I'm glad you said that because that's actually how I wanted to segue this conversation and talk about the mental health aspect of a lot of these professional athletes. And let's just stick to football specifically in this instance, right? The mental health of these athletes, number one, while they're playing the game, but then whenever they finish playing the game, what happens? Because a lot of them, it seems like they're losing their mind.
Nobody. They feel like they become nobodies because all their life they've been behind a helmet and they've been getting all that special treatment. Then you go getting treated like a regular person. I don't think they can handle that shit.
Right. When they've been put on a pedestal and the ego's been blown up since middle school or high school, whenever they started playing and getting recognized, and then you go to the NFL where you're on TV each week and being recognized, some people just don't know how to handle it. And that's what shows up in a lot of these instances. And then some other ones, I mean, like Mark Sanchez, he had a job. He was still associated with the league, of course, working for Fox Sports and doing the game coverage and stuff. So it's not even like he was one of the ones like some of the other ones we may talk about here who are kind of away from the game, maybe even have been blackballed kind of from the game and don't have it as an outlet anymore. He still had this as an outlet. So go ahead.
Not to cut you off, but while you were saying that, I wanted you to stay right there real quick. Let's think about it. A motherfucker in the middle of the night, drunk, doing wind sprints in the alley.
For what?
The fuck is wrong with you?
Right. For what? For what reason?
He wasn't letting the game go.
Right.
It's like, in the movies where they show those flashbacks and the nigga was like, and then, like a nigga was he playing a game back there in the alley and shit. And got
Right.
mad because the nigga done drove the truck in the alley on the football field.
Messed up the field.
Yeah.
It
And
ain't
I'm
funny,
thinking
but
that's
it is.
Yeah, it is. And I'm thinking that's the only reason that nigga got mad, because they like he was running wind sprints. So I'm like, man, I think that nigga got mad because he felt like he was doing a replay in his head, and he felt like this motherfucker came and fucked up his football field.
Right. When he ain't doing nothing but trying to make a damn delivery in the right place where truck's supposed to be and shit. He back in the damn service dock area running wind sprints and turn that shit in his head into a whole football stadium. Lights shine. Look, they probably got lights on the back of the building shining, so he think he under the bright lights and shit.
Yeah, people cheering for him. Mark.
Security camera up there. You think that's the TV camera? Daniel Jones just threw an interception. 8 seconds left in the second half.
Good, because I don't need that score to go up no more.
So it's 14-13. 8 seconds left. Falcons are going to have the ball. I'll show you where it is, but I don't think they're going to be able to do anything with it except for maybe one Hail Mary play.
I'm pretty sure that butt fumble shit been in his life, fucking with him his whole life. So he probably reliving that situation over.
Yeah, because his career didn't go as he thought it would go. I mean, coming out of USC and all of that stuff, he was the top dog. You know, he was going to be the big thing, but his career didn't go as he planned for it to go.
Oh, yeah,
so
he was the golden child.
Right.
Coming behind, what's that, Sam Darnold? He came behind. Who was Carson Palmer,
yeah. They just kept putting quarterbacks out from USC out there, and they were all the golden boys, and they were all going right into the NFL and were supposed to all blossom, and he didn't blossom really the way that he's supposed to. Now, it's the Jets, you know, so you kind of get what you get with that. But his career didn't go the way that I'm sure he planned for it to go in his head, and whenever he was being praised.
He was kind of trash in college, though. I'm just being honest. He came behind Carson Palmer and that UFC championship team. They had Reggie Bush and all that, and I think they had what's the nigga name that came into the NFL? The big Roy. I think it was either Roy Williams or something. It was something Williams, but they had the big receiver. I think he ended up going to Detroit and flaming out.
Roy Williams.
Yeah. So
yeah,
he had an NFL type wide receiver, and he only played that 1 year, and then they were so hot, like he kind of snuck in and he was trash out the gate anyway. But they gave him a chance because he came behind Carson Palmer.
Riam Sandman said he came after Matt Leinart, and it was Mike Williams.
Matt Leinart, yeah, my fault. I knew it was
and Mike Williams.
Gotcha. Mike.
Yeah, the receiver is Mike Williams, big receiver. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Like you said, it was one of those things where it was a perfect opportunity for them. They came in at the right place, and they had another big season where all the lights was already on them. So everybody looked at him like he was NFL ready, and he just wasn't. You know, but So again, like Ears was saying, with these players seem to not know what to do once they get out of the league. It's like they lose their mind or something like that, and I just don't know what
see that in a lot of players too.
The NFL needs to be required to implement a real mental health program for these players while they're athletes, and that continues on into their retirement. It should be a part of their retirement health care plan, whatever you want to call it. Just like all of us who work jobs pay into retirement plans and health insurance and all of that stuff, whether it's a part of their salaries, whether it's taken out of their paychecks, I don't give a fuck. It should be mandatory that they have mental health training, counseling, whatever it is throughout their careers, and have it set up where it continues on after their career.
I think it's available to them. It just depends if they actually go do it. I mean, they got the best fucking health plan, period.
It needs to be mandatory. Fuck if they don't do it.
But you can't force somebody that don't work for you to go seek help.
Right. I agree with that. I'm after the game. I'm talking about while they're playing. And if you get this into their psyche while they're playing, from the moment they come in as a rookie, they have to get set up. Not saying the NFL chooses their mental health counselor, but they have to show proof that they are meeting with a mental health counselor. on whatever regularity it is, whether it's monthly, every 2 weeks, whatever is necessary that counselor and, that player have worked out and deems is necessary for that person. Because all of them don't have mental health issues. So some of them don't need to talk to a counselor every week. And then there's some of them that need to have that counselor on speed dial. Like Antonio Brown needed to have a damn mental health counselor on speed dial.
Well, that boy officially crashed out now.
Because that boy is now being charged with attempted murder.
But they supposed to be charged them with that though. See, they making it look bad because back then they let them go right there from the scene.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like now they coming back and they're acting like it's juicy goddamn news. We been knew they was gonna charge that nigga with that. He didn't shoot that, but he didn't actually shoot the man. I mean,
but he shot and it hit the man.
He shot and it did something. I don't think it hit him because they would have arrested him right then on the spot.
I mean,
do you remember the situation
if they know
the Aiden Ross thing? Remember, I think we covered it because remember he was running.
Oh, you breaking up? You broke up. You went out.
Yo. You hear me?
Go. Yeah, there you go. You there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, because remember when the situation happened, he ran out there with the gun, the gunshot happened or whatever, and the guy was going, but remember the guy came back and told about the story. So he didn't actually get shot. So and in Florida, attempted murder, that ain't gonna fly with what he did right there. I think they just stacking the charges.
So
but he will get a good little slap on the wrist about having a gun and all that stuff like that. Probably get a couple of years, but attempted murder, that ain't gonna fly.
So here is what it's saying. It said that one of the bullets grazed his neck. That's what they're saying. And then they said that it wasn't until May 21st that he gave the statement about the incident to police that identified Brown as the shooter. So that's why he would have been let go on the scene, because they didn't know any of that until later on.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. Second-degree murder attempt charge in Florida carries a maximum 15-year prison sentence up to $10,000 fine in the event of a conviction. So
But think about this though, Bert. If you got grazed on the neck, you're gonna get kind of medical attention that same day.
I mean, I would think so.
I ain't saying he ain't do it, but I'm just saying like these are the holes that's gonna get poked in it in trial. Like you come back the next day and all of a sudden you got grazed in the neck. And he said that he shot in the air. Now what he did do is what we call aggravated assault. You point a gun, you shoot a gun, discharge and all that stuff like that. But attempted murder, that's overcharge.
Yeah, so
aggravated assault, yes.
Yeah. And of course, those things are going to be state by state. The prosecutor is probably overcharging here. I don't agree with it if that is the situation, overcharging and then ended up, because like whenever they charge, for example, like if y'all watched that case with the Julio Fulio, that dumbass girl, that Alicia girl who was tied up with that shit, right? And you notice they charged her with a whole bunch of things, but it's like, you can charge her with this, or you can charge her with the lower level, which is this, or you can charge her with the lower level, which is this. So they didn't charge her with that top level charge, but all of those things were up there for her to be charged with. So here they may say the highest thing that he could be charged with is attempted murder, because the two people, they had a fight prior to it. And then he brings out the gun and, shoots, and the man saying that he got hit by one of the bullets. So if they tell that story and the jury believes it, yeah, that's attempted murder. But if they have some holes in it, but a lot of these facts did happen in terms of the fight and them shooting and all of that stuff. And, it may not be attempted murder. They may say the aggravated assault, with the weapon, all of that other stuff that you throw on there. So I don't know all of the, full details. And obviously, I don't think anybody knows the full details of this, with stuff happening on the 16th and then the story not being told until the 21st. And unless, They have some medical records that we don't know about that's saying like this happened on the 16th. Dude went to the hospital and maybe he was in the hospital until the 20th, 21st. Didn't get to talk to the police until then. If they saying something like that, then it becomes more believable again as attempted murder. But I don't know. There's obviously a lot to this story that we're not hearing. I don't know if that's because law enforcement's keeping it quiet. I don't know if that's because Antonio Brown's camping and wanting them to keep it quiet. You know, I don't know. I mean, especially with him being such a big name figure, the law enforcement, the DA, and them probably do want to keep a lot of the evidence close to the vest and not have it out there in the public because it's obviously going to become a media firestorm, you know, or shitstorm, really, in terms of the media coverage of the whole deal. So that may be a part of why why we don't know a lot of the information. You know, because it was coming in pieces. He wasn't arrested immediately because they didn't know the full story. That makes sense. However, does the attempted murder make sense? Well, if we have medical records showing that the day of he went to the hospital and maybe he was in there a couple days, then yeah, that actually does make more sense. So we're just gonna have to see. But the overall point again is, had Antonio Brown had mental health,
and Bird, Bird, you know what's gonna really fuck him up though?
What's that?
Because you remember after the shit happened, he kind of went in there and bragged about it. They gonna play that video in court, like, yeah, you pretty much admitted that you went out there and did it. Talking about you snapped, whatever he said, he saw red.
Right. So Antonio Brown is just the type of person that ain't got it all together in the head to tell on himself. Himmy McFly, that guy. Yo, salute to you, bro. Y'all make sure y'all hit up Himmy McFly if you want any of them dope beats. That intro beat that you hear on this one, that's one of them Himmy McFly beats, a little collaboration with 421 TV. Y'all make sure y'all hit them brothers up and make sure y'all compensate them brothers when you using they beats. There was another story that I wanted to talk about. Oh, yeah, mental health. Cowboys, Marshawn Nealon. Y'all heard about the brother committing suicide this week.
Oh, I heard about that. I didn't know he committed suicide. I thought he just died. I ain't really read into it, but I did see it.
So let's read the story. I read it earlier, and it's sad, but again,
not to be funny. I thought never mind, I ain't gonna tell that joke. I just leave it at this serious moment.
It's sad, but again, I think that when they're playing, if you make it mandatory for these young men to have mental health counselors as a part of their, regimen, however frequently, they deem as necessary, weekly, monthly, every couple weeks, whatever, if it's mandatory, I think a lot of them would carry it on into their life outside of the NFL. And it would help them to combat things. This guy's an active player for the Cowboys. He has pretty good stats this season. And the story said he's 24 years old, defensive end, found dead of an apparent suicide after evading authorities in his vehicle and fleeing the scene of an accident on foot. They said he didn't stop for the Texas Department of Public Safety troopers over a traffic violation in a chase that was joined by the Frisco police on Wednesday night. They lost sight of the vehicle before locating a crash minutes later. During the search after Nealon fled the crash site on foot, officers said they received word that Nealon might be suicidal. So this brother, Matt Hood 357, salute. This brother had something going on in his life that he has an accident, car accident or whatever. He may be drunk or whatever. Who gives a fuck, right? I mean, I do care that they're drinking and driving, but it ain't the biggest thing in the world for a football player to get caught drunk driving, if that's what the case was. But this goes from an accident to him being suicidal and all of that stuff. Thank you, babe. This goes from an accident to him being suicidal. That is a lot, going on there. So it says, as authorities were looking for Nealon, a dispatcher told officers that people who knew him have received a group text from him saying goodbye. They're concerned for his welfare, according to records. Yeah. We're talking to the girlfriend. She's trying to call his agent, but we're trying to get her to call him first. But she's saying he's armed and has a history of mental illness. And her quote is, "He will end it all." He was found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound early Thursday morning, about 3 hours after the crash. Police said without specifying where Nealon's body was found. Yeah, they had tried to get in contact with him by calling him, texted him. They tried to use a drone to locate him after the crash. All types of stuff. And so this brother, obviously, even his girlfriend knew that he had mental health issues. Yeah, he apparently contacted his people, Madhood 357. He apparently contacted him and, you know, saying goodbye via text messages and stuff like that, group text. Right, a young millionaire. But we, us, the public, don't know what he had going on.
He wasn't a millionaire yet. You know, we always assume that. If he's in his rookie contract, you know how Jerry Jones do.
Yeah, we don't know what he had going on in his life.
He was the number one pick. Yeah.
We don't know what he had going on in his life is the point that I'm trying to get there. He obviously was making some okay money. I mean, let me tell y'all a little bit about his stats because I looked it up. And this brother has where is he? Come on now. I know it. They done changed it up. So they done took it off of there. I took a picture of it because I expected them to do that. Because when I look at his stats now, they're not even showing on the Cowboys thing. But hold on, let me make sure I said that right. Yeah, it's not even on the Cowboys thing anymore. But I took a picture of it. So he had 6 solo tackles, 12 total tackles. He had 1 sack. Let's see here. What else he had? He had 1 hurry, 3. I don't know what some of these things mean, but he was actually doing things. And Matta said he scored in his last game, recovered a fumble. So he's actually a player who was actually contributing to the team. He's registering stats this season at defensive end. But obviously, again, this brother had something going on. His girlfriend knew that he had something going on mental health wise. I'm sure maybe other members of his family knew that he had some stuff going on mental health wise. The team may have even knew that he had stuff going on mental health wise. But why doesn't the NFL have a policy in place that makes mental health counseling mandatory? It's just a part of their job. I gotta go on Monday for my mental health talk. Whatever. They go in certain days for certain things. They all have regimens and schedules. If anybody listens to any football players talk, if you listen to basketball players talk, I listen to, Gil's Arena and them. And they talk about how when they are active professional athletes, and some of them continue on into their post-playing lives, but they're very regimented. This day is this day is that, this day is that. They get up and practice the same time. Some of them eat the same things every day, stuff like that. And it could just be this, I got to go to my Monday mental health talk. Exactly, Matt Hood 357. That we was talking about Antonio Brown just a few minutes ago. We were talking about Mark Sanchez earlier. We talking about how Mark Sanchez is in trouble now. And, Ears was saying how he heard in the story that Mark Sanchez was out in like some alley running sprints or something whenever he got into that fight with that trucker. What was Mark Sanchez thinking in his head out in the alley in the morning running sprints while this trucker coming through minding his business, probably trying to make a damn delivery? He out there thinking he under the bright lights and he gonna make his another shot in the league or something like that. If you don't go sit your ass down somewhere, out here running sprints in the damn alleyway, what are you doing? But again, a lot of them have stuff going on in their head that they're not addressing. Nobody seems to care about, not the league. I mean, the families can only do so much. these are the guys making the money, or these are the people making the money. So the family can only do so much unless this person is already in that player's brain before they even make the money. The family can only do so much. Shout out to Lovely. She said November is Men's Mental Awareness Month. I didn't recognize that, but I'm glad you said it, because this is the perfect time to have the conversation. Because we see these men out here having mental breakdowns. And a lot of people are looking at these guys like they are the idols, like they have it made because they're playing a professional sport, making money, that type of stuff. But we see them in our public eye having mental breakdowns, not caring about the money, not caring about the fame or any of that. All of these other things going on in their head are more important, that they are crashing out. Yes, men, please check on your mental health. Please know and understand that you, as a man, dealing with a whole lot of stuff up in your mental as well. You said Vontaze Burfict F Antonio up with that hit. His concussion hasn't been right since, and that's another reason.
I can with that. They fucked them up a lot.
That's another reason why the NFL should have mental health counseling with these players, whether it's weekly or every 2 weeks or whatever, as a mandatory thing. It really should be weekly. If you play, you got to go talk to the mental health counselor on Monday or Tuesday or whatever day of week it is. You got to get cleared by them. And in most cases, they're going to clear you because what you're going to go out here and do this next week ain't going to really make it worse or better. But they need to know that you're okay to go home, to be around the rest of these people, because you're an animal in this arena, and we get that. That's what you're built yourself to be. But are you okay to go home with all of the stuff that you have going on in your head? It is really important. Go ahead.
He did play for the Cowboys.
Hey, and that's the thing. You play for a team like the Cowboys, there's a lot of pressure on you. And that pressure, again, he's 24 years old. He's making money probably for the first time, maybe in his entire family's life. Maybe he might be changing things for generations of his family. That's a lot of pressure. And you're playing for this team that everybody's watching, whether they're good or bad. That's a lot of pressure. What is being done in this young man's life behind the scenes to make sure that he knows how to process all of that pressure? I mean, I'm thinking about it for me. I'm not in their situation, but we just closed on our house that we're going to be building, right? And for me, it was a lot of pressure in my brain. I'm recognizing it more now than I did in the experience. It was a lot of pressure for me on my brain thinking about that. Thinking about going through the home loan process, thinking about all of the different things that go along with that process and getting it to the point of them saying, yeah, you're approved to build this house. And this ain't even, this is just my little level of pressure talking about that. And I'm not saying that the pressure that I'm dealing with is less than what they're dealing with, because I got a job that I deal with the pressures there. I got, family life and all of that stuff to deal with as well, just like these brothers. I'm just not on TV. I'm on YouTube in front of all of y'all. Salute to all of y'all. Appreciate y'all. Jenna with a J. Is it Gina with a J? I mess it up. See, I ain't seen you in a minute. I thank you so much for being here. I think it's Gina with a J, not Jenna with a J. But I hope I got it right. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, and I agree with you. They don't seem to care about the players, but they're making all of the money off the players, so they should be forced to care about the players. There's been plenty of times where, Congress and people like that get involved and force the NFL or different leagues to do things. NFL, just do it for yourself. Do it for your players. Stop having these players come in, get all of this fame, all this notoriety, get the money and all that stuff, and they don't know how to handle it. And they end up crashing out and causing these stories. Right. We are not robots.
I mean, a lot of them motherfuckers come into that money, they just fucking big ass kids. I mean, you got 21-year-old, 22-year-old, these big ass kids.
Absolutely. And thank you. Yeah, it's Gina with the J. Salute to you. Yes, men are human. They have the same pressures as any other human. A lot of us should learn to treat them as such. Absolutely, Lovelace. I love that comment because we are all humans. We're all humans, and we all have to be treated the same way, just as that. We all have the same types of pressures and things like that. And like Ears just said, this guy's 24 years old, but he's still a big-ass kid, basically, because he's being paid to play a kid's game. We start playing football less than 6-7-year-olds and peewees and mighty mites and that type of shit. He's being paid to play a kid's game. And just because he turned 18 does not mean he learned any damn thing about being a man. And that's a lesson that I heard somebody say that this past week, I want to say it was, is in this past week or the week before. But what a lot of American society and, you know, maybe the world society seems to expect out of us Americans. Let's just talk about in America and the way that we raise kids in America, right? So we send them to a public school, unless your kid goes to private school. We send them to a public school. And that public school is teaching them what? How to be indoctrinated into falling into the system of getting a job. Only thing that public school is teaching them is how to go out and get a job that is a hourly job doing whatever, right? But it's just basically teaching you how to conform to the system to go out and get an hourly job being paid by someone else. That's what public school is teaching you. So then maybe you go to college, and that college is teaching you how to go get a salary job being paid by someone else, essentially, right? Unless you take a specific major that is in entrepreneurship or something like that. But typically, most of the college courses are teaching you how to go get a salary job still being paid by someone else. Now, if you notice, and all of this stuff I've been talking about, because by the time you've graduated college, you are now maybe 22 years old if you go through just a regular standard, you know. And if you go on to higher levels, maybe you're 24, something like that, about the same age as this young man here, right? But none of anything that I just discussed has taught you how to deal with money, how to actually be a responsible person as an adult, how to deal with if you have a child. None of it teaches you how to be a man, a woman, an adult, how to make decisions for yourself, how to go out here in this world and survive, how to not be taken advantage of by a business or a scammer or anything like that. It don't teach you any of the lessons you need to know how to go out here and deal with real life. But we think because you graduated high school and you're now 18 and the law can charge you as an adult and send your ass to adult jails with grown ass 40, 50, 60-year-old men, that now you're an adult, even though you haven't learned a damn thing and nobody's taught you shit unless you have the parents in your life to teach you how to do it. Because none of the schools has taught you any of that. So if most of these people are coming from a single parent home, that single parent's probably having to work all the time to take care of this big athletic motherfucker that's eating up house and home. Who is teaching him how to be a man and deal with all of the pressures in the world that are going to come to him? Where do they learn that? Where's the course for that? Why isn't there someone put in their life to help teach them that stuff? Especially if you're going to throw a bunch of money at them, throw a bunch of expectations at them, and tell them you're a man, deal with it. When is it going to happen? Yeah, Matt, you said most come from poverty and a lot do. Now you have 20 million. In 2 days you get drafted. Now you got 20 million in your account. Last night you had $8 in that account. But that 20 million in that account didn't teach you anything about how to manage it. What's going to come with it in terms of people knowing that you have that 20 million in your account and they're going to want some of it. How to make the decisions that are investing some of it. How to use some of it to get yourself out of shit if you need to. None of those lessons come with the 20 million. And the NFL don't care. If it sets you up to lose the 20 million, that just means it sets you up to continue to have to depend on them to give you more. So you can continue to just be a slave to whatever they want. If you just blow it all, if you don't have someone out there taking care of it, or you don't know how to take care of it yourself. Right. Knowledge. You said, especially if you come from the hood, you don't learn how to be a man, make your own decisions unless you come from a 2-parent household or you're in the streets. Absolutely. Because the streets are going to teach you how to be one kind of man. A 2-parent household is going to teach you how to be a different type of man. A single parent household may teach you how to be a different type of man, or it may not teach you at all. You know what I'm saying? You know, we have an example over here. We see his brain never developed. Yes, we have multiple examples of people whose brains have not developed. We see them on these YouTube streets from some of the people who we, may interact with. People whose brains have not fully developed when it comes to being a full-grown adult, making adult decisions, just being a man, being a woman, not being a victim and expecting that everything is somebody else's fault just because it didn't go your way. Score of the game, 17-13 right now, 12-19 remaining in the third quarter. The Falcons are leading 17-13. Colts have the ball driving right now. But yeah, so mental health, y'all. That I'm on that soapbox, and it's all really to say mental health is important. And the NFL needs to do their part to ensure that these young men have mental health counselors in their lives while they're playing the sport. And if they continue it beyond, then great, because a lot of them need it. But we're seeing too many Antonio Browns, Mark Sanchez, Marshawn Nealons, and many others who have had the experience to have a lot of what a lot of people want, but they don't know how to handle it. And I'm not saying it's 100% their fault at all. Y'all said someone comes to mind, you just can't think of who. Yeah, there's a few that come to mind who their brains did not seem to fully develop when it comes to a lot of this stuff. And we're seeing the outcomes of it, now in their later on years, because unfortunately, a lot of players who never get taught how to be a man, let's say, right? And then they still make it to a league, basketball, football, baseball, whatever the case may be. They get through that career and they still never really grow. So now they're 30, 40 years old and they've never been required to actually be a full-grown man, to walk into a room, with business people and can show up looking like a man, not looking like a great big overgrown boy that can be taken advantage of, right? And I mean, you can tell a lot about who those people are by some of the things they say. Like anybody who thinks that they can make it in this world by themselves, I mean, you're just a lost cause. Because we're not meant to be in this world alone. We're meant to have other people, depend on other people, lean on other people, collaborate with other people, all of those things. Because together, we can obviously reach more people. We can build bigger. Because I can't do all of the tasks. For example, I like carpentry. The Falcons are all over the Colts. They just got a strip sack on Daniel Jones, it looks like. Yeah, strip sack on Daniel Jones. The Falcons are all over the Colts. Mika, grand rising to you. Grand rising, Mika. Yeah, Falcons are all over the Colts, y'all. But yeah, so they grow past the league. They grow to be 30, 40 years old, still have not actually been required to be a man because the people surrounding them maybe saw them. Okay, if I keep them as this boy, I can take advantage of them, see what I can get out of it, right? But anybody that's out here acting like they got it going on and they can do it all by themselves, they all alone, all that. Okay, that's fine. You feel that way, but you're only going to get so far. You can only reach so many people by yourself. You can only do so many things. I was saying, I enjoy carpentry, right? I'm not a carpenter by trade, but I enjoy carpentry. So if I wanted to, let's say everything went to shit right now and the only people I had to depend on were the people that I know through YouTube, just for shits and giggles, right? I know that I would take my skills, the world went to shit and the only people I can depend on are the people who are from YouTube. I'm going to take my skills that I know. I like carpentry and gardening. So I'm going to be hollering at some people like a pick and choose TV Slim because he is beyond a carpenter and that is his trade. That's what he does. But he is way beyond the levels of the knowledge I know. But I can go work with him. I could be a great helper with him. And I can learn from him to the point of growing my skills to be able to kind of branch out on my own, right? I will go bring in somebody like an Ears. Why? Because I know he knows how to do all the HVAC stuff. We gonna start building houses. I'm gonna bring in some people that I know that are electricians. Carl Belton got skills. I don't know what his specific trade skills are, but I know the brother can get in where he fit in. You know what I'm saying? I know he can bring his skills to the game. He can fit in on any work site. The John Show, you know, all of these people that I know they have trade skills. And if the world went to shit and we all needed a place to stay, we could come together, build some shelter. Oh, we can also grow some food. You know what I'm saying? And I know that I would need to depend on people like this because I'm not trying to do it all myself. Number one, plumber, boom. Carl Belton doing the plumbing. So look, we got our plumbing taken care of. We got our HVAC taken care of. We done built the whole frame and structure and all of that. We're going to bring in the electricians. What do we have, y'all? A whole damn structure, a house, a building. We got power, we got water, we got HVAC for comfort. You know what I'm saying? Appliance repair technician, boom. We got all of our appliances, because if he can work on appliances, he can work on a whole bunch of other shit too. Oh, and guess what? I have a degree. It ain't here. It's at work. When I was in the Air Force, what did I do? I worked on aircrafts. So I can work on a car. I can work on a plane. I can also work on appliances and stuff like that. So I can rock out with my boy, Jimmy McFly. You see what I'm saying? But I know that I need to depend on some of the knowledge of some of these people. And look, and the other thing is, I know that even some of these ladies out here, you know, your Lovelaces, like she said, she's out here passing out refreshments. Because, hey, we all got to be able to eat. We got to stay, nourished. We got to stay hydrated, all of that stuff. So we got some people handling the lunch and the dinner stuff. We can just get out there and work, right? They call us in when it's breakfast time. Boom, we're going to go. We're going to fellowship. We're going to eat. We're going to get right back there, out there on the spot. And, I know that they could also help with the gardening and stuff too. But my point is that you can't do it yourself. Anybody out there that's telling you they can do it themselves, you just got to look at them with the side eye. That's the way that I'm looking at them, is with all of the side eye. There's nobody out here that is really growing a successful business, operation, organization, anything like that, and they just did it all themselves. It doesn't work like that. So, yeah, we definitely have some in this sector who have shown us that they didn't really grow. They never really got to the point of understanding, really being a full-grown adult, a man, a woman, somebody who knows that you have to depend on other people to grow anything. All right. So let's look at it like this. Gilbert Arenas. We see Gilbert Arenas out here, right? And what did he do? He collaborated with other people, with other broadcast organizations, let's say, Underdog, for example. He collaborates with Underdog. He gets something out of it. They get something out of it. What is he doing? Benefiting and reaping rewards. And then you have somebody like a Kwame on the other side who continues to want to do things himself, has not built his production up any. It's the same room, same background. Nothing has ever changed. I don't even think he has as good of a mic as I do. He definitely doesn't have a roadcaster like I do. You know what I'm saying? So he's made a whole bunch of money off of YouTube and other places, obviously, not counting his pockets, but he hasn't invested anything back into himself. He hasn't reached out to anybody else to ask them what do they do to make their stream different or better. Like, how did I find out about the roadcaster? I saw Uncle Suge. Uncle Suge went live and he would show his desk and stuff. And, he had a soundboard and all stuff like that. Doing stuff like that. I'm like, what is that you're using? He's like, it's a roadcaster, bro. You got to get you one. Blah, 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 blah. I read about it. Boom. I got to get one. I got a roadcaster. I knew I was having mic issues. I had a different mic, right? So what do? I upgrade to the top of the line stuff. People looking at it, they see it. If they see this, they know what this is. It's the Shure. Yeah, it's the Shure mic. And they see this up here, they know what's going on. When they see all this, yeah, they know what this is. So you upgrade your stuff when you actually take it serious and you can depend on other people to tell you or help you to understand what you kind of need. Again, I didn't do any of this myself. Right. Shout out to Uncle Suge. He leveled up. Why? Because he invested into his craft. And he also understood that he can't do it all himself. You got to network and research, like Carl Belton just said. Yes, you got to network and research. Speaking of networking, right? Wifey and I love the network that we have, man. So we just chilling. I'm at work, matter of fact, on Thursday. I'm at work on Thursday, and we have a great network of people who are mentors, friends, all of the things. And she contacts me. She's like, one of our friends just told us that she has 2 tickets to this event, blah, blah, blah. Do we want to go? And it's the same night. It's Thursday night, and this is a black tie event. Like, tuxedo and shit like that, right? All right, sure, let's go. And I'm so happy we went. We don't know that we necessarily felt like going originally because we didn't even plan for it that day. But so happy we went. Why? Because it became a great networking opportunity. Why? Because what are we doing? We're rubbing elbows with, millionaires. We're it's a charity event, we're at auction and stuff like that. We're rubbing elbows with millionaires and they're loving us. They're coming up to us and complimenting us on things, my wife's bag or, just the way we look and wanting to get our numbers and inviting us to other things. Now from that one event, we got like 3 or 4 different new phone numbers of people. And we invited to some other people's house for dinner and all of this type of stuff, just because we understand that we can't do it all ourselves. If we're going to grow the business that we plan on launching here soon and all of these things, it requires us to network. It requires us to get out there and understand that these people are the ones who may help us. Because what did we also get from that? They told us about 2 different people who do essentially the exact same type of stuff that we're looking to get into doing right here locally. So what are we going to do? We're going to go network with those people, find out what they did, some of the things that they suggest to not do, all of that stuff, and get in their circles. We might be able to provide some products to them. They might be able to provide products to us. We may be able to collaborate. It's all about networking and collaboration if you're trying to build anything. So again, any of these people out here telling you they did it all, they self-made, they did it all on their own, all of that. If number one, if they tell you they're self-made, that means that they're not even showing any appreciation to whoever's shoulders they were standing on. That means they're not treating the people well who actually helped them get there, because nobody is self-made. Still 17-13 in the game. Falcons leading, 7:43 remaining in the third quarter. Colts have the ball driving down the field again. They keep driving and turning it over. So score staying low for ears right now. Still 17-13. I'm not sure what that over-under was that he needed it to be. But yeah, y'all know the mental health conversations, they're kind of near and dear to me. I really can't even tell you why I became such a big proponent for, mental health and people taking care of their mental health, but I don't apologize for it, because I think it's really a topic that needs to continue to be prevalent, because every single person in this world has to deal with things mentally in your own head. We all have experiences that, some of us don't talk about certain experiences. Some people are comfortable talking about them. Some people, when you talk about an experience, it triggers them, all of these different things. But those triggers are things that you can work on so they're not so triggering for you always. Yes, iron sharpens iron, Carl, for sure. Iron sharpens iron. And that's why it's important for us as individuals to put ourselves around people who are maybe a step ahead of where we are and kind of where we want to go. it's important to put yourself around people who are further ahead in the industries that you want to go in. So you're always growing self, because the most important thing is that we work on self. If we're continuously working and growing ourselves and putting ourselves in positions to be around people who are going to help stretch our potential, then, you're just always becoming a better person. You're always becoming a better, more, well-rounded, well-equipped person if you're focusing on growing self by doing the things of networking, putting yourselves into places where, again, you're going to be forced to grow. That's the type of environment I like to be in, where I am forced to grow as a person. Some of that goes back to military, basic training. They force you to grow and change who you are as a person. They tell you going in that you're not going to basically be the same person after these 8 weeks or however long your basic training is as you are coming in. The people on the outside, do they tell you during your graduation? Because it's a mental shock to some people. Because see, here, one thing you don't understand about basic training, military basic training, is while it's a mental fuck, they also know to take care of your mental. They also are teaching you how to strengthen your mental. The drill instructors, they are, yes, messing with your head mentally, but they're also quasi mental health counselors at the same time. They don't want you to break, but they do want to push you to points that you've never experienced before when it comes to what you're able to do, whether it's with your body, mentally, all of those things. So whenever it comes to them building you as a fully formed person, when you get to your basic training graduation time, they tell you that these people who are coming to see you, your family members, your friends, whoever, they may not recognize you. You are a different person now than you were 8 weeks ago when you left from home. So don't be shocked if, the experience is a little different, because you are a very different person. They're not going to understand it. They weren't here with you all of this time, so they may not recognize who you are. I mean, your hair may be different. If you went there with hair and now you got a buzz cut, a whole bunch of things about you are going to be different. So you mentally be prepared for it, and hopefully they are mentally prepared for it as well. You got to buy a new phone today, Mika. Yeah, that can be a pain in the butt. So I understand that making you mental right now, because number one, just the pain of getting a new phone, getting all your stuff up on it, transferred over, all of that stuff. If you got to go to the store, they want to keep you in there all day and want to try to sell you a bunch of extra stuff. Like, man, if you don't give me my phone and let me get up out of here, can this be like a 20, 30 minute transaction? This don't need to be like I'm buying a car, which actually, hey, this is a tip for y'all. I know buying a car back in the day, and I don't know what it's like now, even though I just bought one in the last year. It was almost around this time last year when I bought my vehicle. If you know what you want, know the exact vehicle you want, all of that stuff, and you find it at a dealership, you can do all your paperwork and stuff with them before you get there. So you're not sitting in there for all them hours. I went and picked my vehicle up. We had done all of the paperwork, the loan paperwork, all of that stuff. We did all of that stuff online. I went there. They had a big ass bow on it on the lot. We took a picture in front of it. We jumped in. They handed me the keys. I might have signed one little thing, showing that they were releasing it to me, and we were in the win. That's how that was. I don't think I spent 10 minutes at that car dealership, and I wasn't doing a trade-in or nothing. So we rented a vehicle and went and got it, because we had to go to a different state to get it. But we rented a vehicle. Oh, did we rent a vehicle? How did we do that? I think we rented a vehicle and went and got it. We didn't do a trade-in. TNA Travels 2.0, salute to you. So yeah, think about those things when it comes to you buying these things that used to take, or it may still take, a long time when you're at the place, because they trying to sell you a whole bunch of stuff and do all of that other nonsense. Look into purchasing it online and maybe doing a pickup at the location. If you need it and want it that day, purchasing online and just picking it up. Or if you can, afford to wait and have them mail it to you, maybe even that. Because I'm one of those people who don't like wasting all that time while they're sitting in there trying to do all of that stuff. No, we're not doing that. You're not wasting my time. That's one thing that they're not making any more of, and I can't like go out and buy some more of his time. So you're not going to waste my time, and it's too valuable to me to allow you to waste my time on this. That should be basically a cash register transaction, and that's it. You know. So, yeah, absolutely. I understand what you are talking about, Meek. I understand your pain. Let me get some bets in real quick, y'all, before these 1 o'clock games. Well, I mean, we're approaching the 12 o'clock hour. 17-13 still in that game. Colts are driving. They got the ball at the 10-yard line. 1:34 remaining in the third quarter. Daniel Jones scramble. Ooh, he got hit. That should have been a penalty. But you said you wanted to wait to get a new phone. You woke up, your phone cut off at 53%. Ooh, no, that's not good. When the phone is at 53% and cuts off, that's not what you want. That's not what you want. Yeah, it might be time for you to go ahead and get a new one. I understand. Might be time to go ahead and just pull the trigger on it. All right, let me pull up my DraftKings. Let's see what we want to get in, y'all. Let's see. I'm not betting on that game that's going on right now. Because they line is all the way down to 1.5. Y'all could have gotten the Falcons at plus 9.5 earlier in this game, y'all. Shout out to Carl Belton with that $20 super chat, man. He said, showing support to Gardner's, Carpenter, and all around good dude. I appreciate you, bro, man. And that's respect, and right back at you, man. Carl Belton has definitely been an all around good dude. He supports who he supports, and I mean, he shows his support. And can't say nothing negative about the dude. He sounds like just a good, hard-working dude, you know? Always shouting at the tradesmen. Carl Belton is the dude around here that makes everybody say salute to the tradesmen, and that's what's up. That is a good reputation to have, especially in a sector like this that's full of nothing but mainly BS. For your reputation to be shout out to the tradesman anytime somebody sees you, that's what's up. That lets you know Carl Belton is a good, solid dude, man. Shout out to Carl Belton, man. Appreciate you, bro. For sure. Appreciate you. I don't know what just happened in this game, but now the Colts did not score. I guess they maybe went for it on 4th down or something. I don't know if it was a turnover. I missed it. But the Falcons have the ball now. The Colts had the ball at the 10-yard line. They did not score, and now the Falcons have the ball. So they must have went for it on 4th down and didn't get there or something. It's weird. But the Colts messing around, they're going to mess around and lose this game if they keep on playing the way they playing, because the Falcons are definitely playing a lot harder than them. All right, so like I said, earlier in this game, you could have gotten the Falcons at plus 9.5. It looks like they're going to cover that for sure. Bills and Dolphins. I'll take the Bills giving up 8.5. Let's see, what else we got? Saints and Panthers. Yeah, give me the Panthers at home. I don't think I want to touch that Baltimore-Minnesota game. Give me the Patriots plus 2.5, man. I'm sorry, ears. I gotta go with the Patriots plus 2.5. They just playing too. Cowboys got to bye this week, Lovelace. You lucky this week. They got to bye. They can't win or lose. Because after last week, they need this bye. Bears and Giants. I like the Bears. I don't know if I like that line. Jaguars, Texans, not touching that. Not touching the Jets and Browns. Not a lot of games I really want to touch here. There's not a lot of games I want to touch here based on just the lines of them. I'm not liking a lot of these lines. How many do I have picked? I got 3 so far. Let me see here. So $10 pays out 75 on those 3. I want to add more to it, really, though. See, now the Falcons are favored in that game with the Colts by 2.5. They're based on the amount of time left. They're getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Getting ready to start the fourth quarter in that one. All right. Giant Bears and Giant. All right, give me the Bears 4.5. Oh no, there's just really not a lot of games this week that I want to touch. I don't like some of the lines, and I don't like the matchups. I mean, like, I just really don't like a lot of these matchups. All right. I think I gotta add money to my account. Let me do that real quick. So you said don't give me they say give me the Bears like that. You a Bears fan, Mika? You a Bears fan? I mean, I like the Bears to win that game. I just don't know 4.5. That's the thing that's getting me. I definitely like the Bears to win the game. Yeah, that's not the issue here. It's just the lines, and that's why they make it the way they do. The odds makers know what they're doing. They make those lines the way they do for a good reason. All right, hold on, y'all. So it'll only let me sign in on one device at a time, and I add my money from my phone, so it logged me out on the doggone computer because it won't let me be signed into both of them at the same time. So let me bring it back up. Hopefully it still got my thing in there, my ticket. Come on. Yeah. I'm looking all right in Ears Fantasy League, but I'm looking like trash in Skinny Fantasy League, boy. Man. Yeah. No, it's just a good thing. I'm not mad about it. I just was saying it. I'm not mad. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let that one go with the 4. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. We can clear that. But yeah, I'm gonna let that one go with the 4. Did it go? Hold on. Yeah, it should have. All right, yeah. So I got that one in there with the 4. Let's see what else we got. Any over-unders or anything like that? Oh, we can actually get into some player stats too. I mean, you see they give you the some recommended ones here. Dave Portnoy has one, LeBron has one. I don't know what this star power thing is, but a lot of these are like, players to score anytime touchdowns. Let's see this one here. This one actually looks pretty good. Go to it. Oh, hey, wait. All right, so it's Derrick Henry anytime touchdown, Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown, Jahmyr Gibbs anytime touchdown, Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown. What? They got a whole lot going on here. They got anytime touchdowns for all of those guys. They got Buffalo at Miami, James Cook and Devon Achane. And then that makes it a 6-pick parlay. Why do they have that Buffalo Miami thing specific? I don't like that. Get Achane out of here. Let's see. That makes it a 4-pick. 1, 2, 3. That's more than 4. That's 5. I don't understand this thing at all. I don't understand it. Let's see. 10 page 73. Larry Wade III, salute. And who is that? Derrick Henry, McCaffrey, Gibbs, and Jacobs. Sure. All right. Let's see if there's anybody, quarterbacks and stuff like that we want to add to parlay. Let's like give me a Josh Allen anytime touchdown. Josh Allen anytime touchdown. And then do they have a Josh Allen passing touchdown as well? Yeah, okay, so you got to get the 3 to yeah, I don't know if he's going to pass for 3. That's my problem. You got a fantasy football dilemma, not sure. Went over there. Golf at Washington or Hurts at Green Bay. Ooh. Golf at Washington or Hurts at Green Bay. Let's see. I think I like Golf at Washington to probably score more. I think the Green Bay and Eagles game is going to be a good matchup. I don't know. I like Golf at Washington just because I don't expect Washington to really do much more with Jalen Daniels down. So me personally this week, I like Golf at Washington just because I think Green Bay is a better team than Washington is, as far as the defensive side as well. So that's what I like is Golf at Washington. But I understand it's hard to bench Jalen Hurts right now with the way the Eagles are playing. And I mean, the Eagles did strengthen their defense. If their defense gets some takeaways and they get more opportunities, that's going to look good. But Green Bay's been playing pretty good, too, on both sides of the ball. So I think that may be a really good competitive game. And I think Golf just may get more opportunities than Hurts. That's just the way I feel this week, that Golf probably will get more opportunities than Hurts this week. All right, so what do I got on there? Josh Allen, anytime touchdown. What else? What the heck is happening here? Oh, this is yardage. I don't care about his yards. Who else do we got scoring touchdowns this week? That's what I want to see. I want to get some anytime touchdowns on there from some of these guys that are typically known to, get one. Lamar. Will Lamar rush for a touchdown this week? I don't know. Oh, yeah, I want to get something in this Baker and Drake Maye. I think both of them are probably going to have pretty good passing games. Let's see here. Passing touchdowns. So Baker. So it's 2 touchdowns on each one of them. I think Drake Maye will have 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I think Drake Maye will have 2 touchdowns. Baker. Will Baker have 2? Oh, no, because they got them injuries. That's the problem. Stephon Diggs, I can get plus odds on him at 60 yards. Yeah, let me get Stephon Diggs 60 yards receiving. I don't think they're going to shut him down. Who else we got? Let's see. I'm not betting against my 49ers. Get out of here with that. Steelers, Chargers. It's at the Chargers. I think the Steelers might actually lose this game. Who's favored? Okay, Chargers are favored by 3. Anytime touchdown. Jaylen Warren. Yeah, give me that. Hopefully he'll get something. I need him to score. That's a fantasy heart pick there. Aaron Rodgers, yeah. Rams putting the John Show salute. He said Rams putting BTA with BTA. Oh, belt the ass. Yeah. I think. Oh, he said the Rams are gonna put belt the ass. Hold on, who the Rams got this week? Oh, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Salute to John Show. Yeah, the Rams putting, but nah, get out of here with that. We ain't doing that around here. We're not doing that. My Rams putting belt the ass. We're not doing that. 3 points. I don't know if I want to do the 3 points. Yeah, John Show coming in talking crazy. What? Hold on, John Show. Who is John Show like? I think you from the Baltimore area, but I'm not sure if you're a Ravens fan or not. I can't remember who the John Show is a fan of. I can't remember if he's a Ravens fan or not. I think the Ravens will win today, but that ain't what we talking about right now. I mean, it ain't like they got a pushover, though. I don't want no Monday night bets. Not on this ticket. Commanders and Rams. Oh, okay. No wonder you said the Rams gonna put belt the ass. You a Rams fan. Okay. Yeah, your Commanders, I think they falling by the wayside without Jalen, being able to stay upright. But the Rams, they're playing really well. I can't say anything bad about Stafford. I mean, he's playing lights out. He playing MVP level right now. And the 49ers are so beat up, that, I can't say anything bad about the Rams at all. Other than we beat them already once. 49ers are 3-0 in the division. They done beat every team in the division once already. All right, I'm going to go ahead and place this one. I can't find a whole lot of... why the hell are you asking me to deposit? I just did a damn $10. Get out of here. Oh, shit. All right, we're going to do this one 5. All right. So we're going to leave that at that. Oh, I switched screens on y'all. My bad. We're going to leave that at that. So look at my bet slips. I got... Josh Allen anytime touchdown, Jalen Warren anytime touchdown, Drake May 2+ touchdown passes, Stephon Diggs 60+ receiving yards. I got Derrick Henry anytime touchdown, Jahmyr Gibbs anytime touchdown, Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown, Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown. And I got the Panthers giving up 5.5 to the Saints, Bears giving up 4.5 to the Giants, Patriots getting 2.5 against the Bucs, and the Bills giving up 8.5 to the Dolphins. So those are 3 tickets I got in. Yeah. The NFC West is definitely one of the tougher divisions, John Show. We were talking about that earlier. Right now, you got 3 teams basically sitting in a tie. 49ers have played more games than the other teams in the division. They have one more loss in the loss column, but they're all sitting there at 6 wins. 49ers 3-0 in the division. All the other teams obviously have at least 1 loss in the division. So, it's very, very competitive division. 3 teams right now really in the thick of things, in the mix for it. All of the teams in the division play against each other this week. You got the Cardinals at the Seahawks, and you got the Rams at the 49ers. So it's going to be a little, shake up as far as the standings are concerned in that division after this week is over with. Seahawks are looking pretty tough. They added a little bit to them, right here at the trade deadline. But, I mean, we'll just have to see. I mean, because I didn't expect the 49ers to be 6-3 with all of the injuries they have. And some players will start to come back over time here. So, I mean, if the 49ers can keep staying in the mix and they start getting some of their pieces back, I'm not counting them out, especially with them already being 3-0 in the division. So, yeah, I mean, I I didn't expect the 49ers to be playing this good with all of their injuries, but the fact that they're staying right there in the mix, they're technically first place in the division. If you look everything up with that, what's not to like about them? You said Arizona could upset Seattle? Yeah, because Jacoby has been outplaying Kyler Murray for sure. Kyler Murray, I think it's the end of the road for Kyler Murray. Do I think Mac Jones should stay QB? I think as long as Mac Jones is playing well, he should stay QB. Why rush Brock Purdy back? I don't think Brock Purdy is going to lights out outplay Mac Jones. So why change anything up if Purdy is still got that injury? Let him get 100% fully healthy. If Mac Jones is winning games, there is no reason to change anything. That's the way I feel about it. And I know that Kyle Shanahan has always wanted to coach Mac Jones anyways, back to, the days when he got drafted. So if Mac Jones is winning, keep winning with him. Long as he don't get injured, long as he don't start playing like trash, keep on winning with him. There's no reason to rush Purdy back, make him get back out there. Yeah, the offense definitely runs smooth through Mac Jones. Like I said, Kyle Shanahan has always wanted to coach Mac Jones, and I think he's probably just the perfect quarterback and coach combination. I was talking earlier about how, if you think about the big name quarterbacks, the real legendary ones, you can also name who their coach was, So you got the Brady and the Belichick. You got the Seifert and Joe Montana, stuff like that. So when you have a quarterback and a coach that are operating on the same wavelength, that quarterback can run that coach's offense. That coach can call plays for that quarterback that they understand and that they can execute. The sky's the limit there when you put the pieces around them. When you got pieces like McCaffrey and Kittle out there, you can make a quarterback like that as long as they can run your system, operate real nice. So that's what we're seeing. We see Kyle Shanahan get the best out of quarterbacks that other teams either put on the scrap heap or just didn't think were going to be able to perform. When has Kyle Shanahan had the big time star prospect quarterback, the one that everybody knew was the surefire hit coming out of college, anything like that? CKJ, salute to you. Appreciate you. You said go Bears. Yeah, the Bears should get them a win today. Have a great day, brother. I'm about to get out of here too. 7 minutes left in that game over in Berlin. 17-16 now. Falcons have the ball. They're up by 1, 17-16. Again, 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So this game is going to go down to the wire, it looks. Whoever is going to score last, essentially, that's going to be it. You didn't expect the Seahawks coach to be offensively gifted as he's been when they hired him. He's like, who is that? Thought Sam was just chasing the bag. Yeah, we all thought Sam was chasing the bag. But, hey, as we see, you put a coach and a quarterback together, put the right pieces around them, they can make it happen. Sam Darnold getting that resurgence. All of the quarterbacks out there really in the NFC West are playing good. If you consider Jacoby Brissett, Mac Jones, you got Sam, and then you got Stafford. They're all playing really well right now. You can't say anything about any of those quarterbacks in the NFC West right now. They're all playing well. But, yeah, so I think I've talked about all I want to talk about. If nobody else is hitting the link, we're going to get up out of here. I'll give y'all the rest of y'all Sunday. I got things that I can take care of before these 1 o'clock games kick off. Falcons are punting the ball away. So, again, just under 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter of that Berlin game. Colts are getting the ball back around the 8-yard line. They're down by 1. But, yeah, I'm going to give y'all the rest of your morning or early afternoon, I guess, if you're here on the East Coast with me. Give you the rest of your early afternoon back before these 1 o'clock games kick off. I'm beginning to taking care of some stuff around here. You got to pick your Pats fan son up. Hey, I think the Pats are going to win today against the Bucs myself. Ears was up here earlier, and Ears is a Bucs fan. Of course, he's with his Bucs. I think the Patriots are going to win this game. I definitely take them plus 2.5. I think the Patriots may win this game today. That's just my thought on it, though. real quick before we get out of here, let me go through the game slate real quick again one more time. As you see, 17-16 in that Falcons and Colts game over there in Berlin. You got the Ravens and the Vikings coming up at 1 o'clock. Patriots and Bucs coming up at 1 o'clock. Jaguars and Texans. Browns and Jets. Saints and Panthers. Giants and Bears, and Bills and Dolphins, all in that 1 o'clock slate. I like the Patriots and Bucs game, the best out of that slate. Ravens and Vikings may be pretty interesting. I don't care about the Browns and the Jets. Bears and Giants, there's some pretty good games in an early slate. I expect the Bills probably to run away with the Dolphins. I expect the Panthers should be able to handle the Saints. In that afternoon slate, NFC West dominant. Cardinals and Seahawks, Rams and 49ers, all NFC West right there in the afternoon slate. And then you, of course, have the Lions and the Commanders as well. Right now, you got Jonathan Taylor running down the sideline, it looks like, for a touchdown for the Colts. That was probably about 90 yards or something like that. I didn't see where they started from. Flying Low, salute. Flying Low's a Seahawks fan. Okay, I didn't know that. Shout out to you. It's going to be a good game. Baker MVP vibes. Okay, we'll see. We shall see. Baker's going to need to play like the MVP without a lot of his weapons on offense. He's going to need to play like the MVP. So this was from about the, I think that play maybe started at the 20-yard line. Jonathan Taylor just broke it all the way down for a touchdown. So it's probably about 80, 81 yards, something like that. So now the Colts are going to jump back in front in that game. We'll see what the Falcons decide to do when they get the ball. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor, when you got a player like that on your team, he can always break it. And he just broke that one for about 80-something yards. 22-17 right now. They're attempting the 2-point conversion in that game because, you know, they've missed a field goal and an extra point earlier. So they're attempting the 2-point conversion. They no good on the 2-point conversion. So 22-17, 5-point game. So the Falcons need a touchdown to put them ahead. So we got Flying Low, the Seahawks fan in here. Okay, it's good to know the teams that people pull for, you know, but beyond all of the other YouTube nonsense and stuff like that, it's good to know teams that we pull for. We can all come together, talk junk about football, you know, all of those good things. Sunday night game, you got the Steelers at the Chargers. I like the Chargers in this game. I'm still just not sold on the Steelers. You said Jonathan Taylor's crushing your fantasy team. Your 6-game win streak is as good as over. You playing against Jonathan Taylor this week? Yeah, that one player can do it. He has at least 2 touchdowns. I know he got that 1-yard touchdown earlier in the game. So at least 2 touchdowns. Now he's probably well over 100 yards. So yeah, that right there can destroy your team for sure. Let me see. What are Jonathan Taylor's stats in this game? Let's look at that real quick. Since we got people in here that are, you know, have some interest in that. In this game right now, he has, oh shit. Damn. Yeah. Jonathan Taylor will kill you. This mug got 210 yards and 2 touchdowns on the rushing side of the ball. He also has 42 yards receiving. Damn, Jonathan Taylor got 250 yards and 2 touchdowns in this game right now. Yeah, that will hurt you if you're playing against him for sure. Let me make sure I ain't playing against him while I'm talking all this shit. Let me make sure I'm not playing against him while I'm talking all this shit. Okay, so I'm playing against Daniel Jones. He's only got 12 points, so that helps me out, actually. So now I'm not playing against him in that league. Let me look in this other league. Where are my matchups? Yeah, 250 yards and 2 touchdowns is, oh my goodness. That's something to deal with. Where the hell? How do I get to my matchups on this thing? All right, I'm having trouble in this other league figuring it out where my matchup is on the web page. I'm normally looking at it from my phone. That's why. Where the hell is it? schedule. All right. Let me view the damn matchup, man. What the hell? I don't know what in the hell's up with this thing. All right, let me just look at it on my phone because it's tripping on the website. And so Falcons are already driving down. They're already crossed the 50-yard line. All right, so no, this guy don't have Jonathan Taylor either. So okay, I'm good. I'm good. I damn sure don't want to go up against Jonathan Taylor this week. 250 yards, sheesh, and 2 touchdowns. That's a problem. That is definitely a problem. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to get up out of here. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. I'll be seeing y'all out here on these YouTube streets. I'm probably actually going to go live again either tomorrow or Tuesday, covering, not football stuff, talking about some of the stuff that's been going on. My name's been flying around out here a little bit and some of these people's drama situations. So I may do a live here in the next day or two because I'm going to be off the next couple of days. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. It'll be Veterans Day on Tuesday, so salute to all the veterans out there. I'm going to be off these next couple of days. I may go live and recap some of that stuff and, see what's going on. You said you miss playing fantasy football in person? Yeah. Fantasy football, man, it's changed a lot over the years. It's definitely changed. Over the years. But all right, y'all make sure y'all have a wonderful, like I said, rest of your Sunday. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'll be seeing y'all on these YouTube streets. Like I said, I'll gonna be in chats today, and then I'll, probably go live again. Like I said, probably tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on what day I feel like, and we'll get into a recap of some of the stuff that's been going on, where my name been mentioned, and just get my 2 cents on it. Simple as that, right? But until next time, good people, y'all make sure y'all have a wonderful day. Make sure you do something good for yourself, and then make sure you do something good for somebody else. That good karma will come back to you, and you will appreciate it. Trust me on this one. Just try it out, and it will work good in your favor. But until next time, good people, happy Veterans Day out there to everybody. Happy Men's Health Awareness Month, as Lovelace said in November. If y'all do the mustaches in November or whatever, all that stuff, Men's Health Awareness. Make sure you're taking care of your mental health as well. We talk about all these football players and professional athletes not taking care of their mental health. Make sure you, as just a regular individual out here, are taking care of your mental health. And until next time, good people, this is Iceberg. Salute.
Now, as they say in your country, let us be out.